At Colorado State University Global Campus, online education isn't another thing we do. It's all we do. Get an interactive education that's built for working adults like you and that employers demand. Explore your options at csuglobal.edu.
Andy, listen, the man is just about to say it.
Yeah, let's everybody listen.
The USA Radio Network presents the greatest radio programs of all time.
Henry Aldrich. Coming, Mother.
The CBS Radio Workshop, dedicated to man's imagination, the theater of the mind.
This is classic radio theater.
Want to get away from it all?
The FBI in Peace and War.
Fibber, McGee, and Molly.
The unexpected.
The unexpected.
The unexpected.
Now here's your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends.
Comedy on this Saturday with an episode of You Bet Your Life starring Groucho Marx, as it was originally broadcast 62 years ago today, April 13th, 1957, and the secret word is face. And we thank you for joining us on this Saturday, the 13th day of April, the 103rd day of 2019, 262 days remaining in the year, the Ides of March. Friedrich Handel's oratorio, The Messiah, made its world premiere in Dublin, Ireland on this date in 1742. In 1902, James C. Penney opened his first store in Kennemer, Wyoming. Of course, it was known as Montgomery Ward. No, it wasn't. The Jefferson Memorial dedicated in Washington on this date in 1943, the 200th anniversary of Thomas Jefferson's birth. Sidney Poitier won the Best Actor Oscar on this date in 1964.
Winner is Sidney Poitier.
Because it is a long journey to this moment, I am naturally indebted to countless numbers of people. For all of them, all I can say is a very special thank you.
Poitier winning the Oscar for his performance in Lilies of the Field. It was on this date in 1970 an oxygen tank aboard Apollo 13 exploded, putting the crew into deadly peril.
Dane, we've got one more item for you when you get a chance. We'd like it to stir up your cryo tank. In addition, I have Shaft and Trunnion.
Okay.
For a look at the Comet Bennett if you need it.
Stand by. Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here.
Can say again, please.
Houston, we've had a problem. Main B bus undervolt.
Roger, main B undervolt. Stand by, 13. We're looking at it.
We had a pretty large bang associated with the caution and warning there. And as I recall, main B was the one that had a amp spike on it once before.
Roger, Fred.
The interim here, we're starting to go ahead and button up the tunnel again.
It was discovered the normal supply of oxygen, electricity, light, and water had been disrupted. The landing mission aborted. The astronauts and controllers on Earth scrambled to come up with emergency procedures. The crippled spacecraft continued to the moon, circled it, and began a long, cold journey back to Earth. And, of course, a motion picture, Apollo 13. Western Union, in cooperation with NASA and Hughes Aircraft, launched the U.S.'s first commercial geosynchronous communications satellite, Westar 1, on this date in 1974, and that would lead to syndication of radio programs and television programs without having to use landlines. It thus became satellite distribution for shows such as this. Probably not the best example, but you know what I'm talking about. News broadcasts that formerly used landlines, and networks that only used to have one available channel to feed programming on now could feed multiple channels via satellite. Let's see. Other things that happened on this date. Harold Washington elected the first African-American mayor in Chicago's history in 1983. Pete Rose became the first player in National League history to collect 4,000 hits, number 4,000 on this date in 1984. In 1997, Tiger Woods became the youngest golfer to win the Masters tournament. In 2004, former FBI Director Louis Freeh testified before Congress that the FBI could have prevented 9/11 if they just had the tools.
September 11th, had we had the right sources overseas or in the United States, could have been prevented.
Former Attorney General Janet Reno also testified that rules that restrict intelligence sharing made tracking terrorists difficult. The U.S. dropped the largest ever non-nuclear weapon on this date in 2007 in Afghanistan. Passing away on this date in history, actor Larry Parks. The Jolson story, Jolson sings again, and he was an admitted communist, which prevented him from performing much of anything after those great Jolson movies. And postal inspector and father of the zip code, Robert Moon, and the man who made late-night radio something significantly different, Art Bell, passing away on this date just 1 year ago. This is the birth date of Guy Fawkes, Thomas Jefferson, F.W. Woolworth, Butch Cassidy, Alfred Mosier Butts, the inventor of the Scrabble game, a game which broke up many families over whether that really was a word or not, Irish writer and Nobel Prize laureate Samuel Beckett, presidential candidate Harold Stassen, actor-singer, president of the Screen Actors Guild Howard Keel, atheist Madeleine Murray O'Hare, actor Don Adams, would you believe... Probably his signature role in another one of those roles where he got typecast in that character and never could do anything beyond Maxwell Smart. Race car driver Dan Gurney and actor Jonathan Brandis. Happy 84th birthday to Lyle Wagner, probably best remembered for his roles on The Carol Burnett Show, and to another generation for his role as Steve Trevor on the Wonder Woman TV show with Linda Carter. Actor Paul Sorvino turns 80 today. The man who did the music for Rocky, For Your Eyes Only, won an Academy Award for music for The Right Stuff and Dynasty. Bill Conti, 77. Wally and Leave It to Beaver, Tony Dow, 74. Singer-pastor Al Green is 73. Actor Ron Perlman, 69. Singer Peabo Bryson, still in this love together, 68. The drummer for and band leader for the Conan Show and drummer for Springsteen, Max Weinberg, 68. The fifth Doctor Who, Pete Davison, 68 as well today. Chess player Gary Kasparov is 56. Best known for her role in Sabrina the Teenage Witch, because not a lot of people saw her talk show. Carolyn Ray is 55 today. From Silver Spoons, Ricky Schroeder is 49. How about musician Lou Bega, who still has a little bit of Monica in his life and a little bit of Erica by his side. A little bit of Rita is all he needs. A little bit of Tina is what he sees. That Mambo number 5. Lou Bega, 44. Kelly Giddish of AM All My Children and Law & Order SVU is 39. Those are a few of the people who celebrate the 13th day of April as their birthday, and if this happens to be your birthday.
Hi, we're the 4 freshmen, and we just want to say, Happy birthday to you.
All righty, we'll see what's going on You Bet Your Life. And that'll be coming up in just about 3 minutes here. With Groucho Marx, I'm Wyatt Cox, and you're listening to Classic Radio Theater on your favorite station.
This is a national health alert from the Healthcare Hotline. Are you on Medicare and or have private insurance and suffer from back pain? MD Topical has a solution for you. Today, you can qualify to receive a pain-relieving treatment, such as a comfortable back brace or a customized pain treatment at little or no cost. Call MD Topical toll-free now, 877-875-5909. It just takes a couple of minutes to qualify for these amazing treatments that have helped thousands of people with severe pain. Your personalized pain treatment will be delivered directly to your door. Call MD Topical toll-free, 877-875-5909, or go to mdtopical.com and get started on your road to a pain-free life. Call MD Topical toll-free, 877-875-5909, or go to mdtopical.com.
So the other evening I was working on my laptop on the edge of the bed, and I just fell over. I just fell asleep, and it's these Giza Dreams bed sheets. And I snuggle up with them, and I snuggle up with my pillow, and my gosh, I've slept in a lot of hotels in my time. Really nice hotels, top quality, and none of them have anything like these Giza Dreams bed sheets. But don't take my word for it. Go to mypillow.com, use my promo code USA, and you'll get 30% off and free shipping. Give them a try. What have you got to lose? Go to mypillow.com, click on the Giza Dreams bed sheets, and you can sleep just as well as I do. I have a wonderful night's sleep with my MyPillow and my Giza Dreams bed sheets. MyPillow.com, use promo code USA, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
It's amazing but true. When it comes to one of America's biggest household expenditures, healthcare, a lot of people think they've got no choice. People are used to thinking we have to do it this way, but they don't. Yes, you have the freedom to choose an alternative with your healthcare. It's MediShare, and it costs way less than the alternatives. The typical family saves $500 a month, not a year. A month. And if you're single, this can save you a lot too. And let's face it, a big reason MediShare is 400,000 people strong, it just works. They've shared over $3 billion in medical bills, so they can help share your needs too. Joining MediShare for so many people is one of those things that makes you say, why didn't I do this before? So yes, the time has come for something better. Look into joining MediShare and see why so many people are opting out of the old way and into the new. Why not look into this? Just call 855-90-SALM. That's 855-90-PSALM. 855-90-SALM.
Thanks for tuning in to Classic Radio Theater on your favorite station on this Saturday. And one of your favorite shows that you enjoyed that really isn't a drama or mystery or situation comedy is this show. It's Groucho Marx and the comedy quiz show, You Bet Your Life. It's all secondary. I mean, the money in the $10,000 is secondary to what Groucho does with some of these contestants. Let's listen into this episode from 62 years ago, April 13th, 1957.
Ladies and gentlemen, the secret word is FACE. F-A-C-E.
Really?
You bet your life. It's Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life, the comedy quiz series produced and transcribed from Hollywood and brought to you by the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America, who invite you to see and drive the most exciting car in the world today, DeSoto for 1957.
The most exciting car today is now delighting the far highway. It's the lovely, it's dynamic, it's DeSoto. Exciting style to please the eye, exciting power to pass them by. It's the lovely, it's dynamic, it's DeSoto.
And here he is, the one, the only...
Well, here I am again with a chance for each of our couples to win as much as $10,000. All right, George, who's first for DeSoto?
Groucho, Mrs. Marie Haven and Mr. Ray Moyer are waiting to talk to you, so folks, you can please and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word, and you each get an extra $50. It's a common word, something you see every day. Marie Haven and Ray Moyer. Well, you're a nice-looking couple. Marie, are you the new Haven or the old Haven?
Since 1943, I've been married.
Oh, well, congratulations. Then you're about medium Haven, huh?
Yeah.
Now, what did you say your name was?
Ray Moyer, Groucho.
Roy Mayer. I used to know a fellow named Roy Mayer. How long have you been Roy Mayer?
Well, Groucho, it's Ray Moyer. And I've been...
Well, if you want to be shifty and change your name, it's all right with me. How old are you, Ray?
Well, this week I can say that I'm 58.
Mm-hmm. What could you say next week?
59.
Next week you'll be 50. You get a year older every week?
Just happens this next week.
Oh. Are you married?
Yes, Groucho, I'm married.
How long you been married?
10 months.
10 months, you rascal, you. That's probably why you changed your name, huh? Where did you meet your wife, Roy?
I met my wife in Egypt.
You met her in Egypt? What were you doing there? Were you scuttling ships in the Suez Canal?
No, I was working on a movie, American movie.
Is that so?
I was working on the making of the Ten Commandments.
Oh.
I was the subject.
I saw that picture. I don't remember you in it. All I remember is that girl in the crib sucking her thumb. What part did you play, Roy? Were you the Sphinx?
No, I wasn't an actor, Groucho. I was the set decorator on the picture, but in Egypt I had an additional job of seeing all the properties either purchased or manufactured.
Oh.
And in 2 months' time, I saw 150,000 items assembled.
Was all the picture made in Egypt?
No, we only shot in Egypt what was necessary to shoot in Egypt.
Oh. Well, if you want some things to shoot in Egypt, I've got a couple of suggestions. Now, Marie, where are you from?
St. Louis, Missouri.
St. Louis, Mo, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What sort of work does your husband do?
A move man.
He's a move man?
Mm-hmm.
Is that anything like a moving man?
Absolute.
Oh, well, which moving man is he? Is he the big husky fella that carries the lamp, or is he the little skinny guy who carries the piano?
He's a husky one.
He is, huh? Mm-hmm. How much does he weigh?
Oh, I think about 156, somewheres like that. I didn't pin him down to it.
Well, if he only weighs 156, he must be in pretty good shape. Is he unusually strong?
He's strong, all right, but yet he's weak, too.
Well, all men are. Well, in what way is he weak? You mean morally?
His back is running out on him.
His back is running out? Well, where is it running? I mean, you any idea?
Well, he's got some vertebrae that are not working like they should.
Oh. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Isn't that a handicap in the moving business to have some weak vertebrae?
Oh, well, I help him.
You help him?
Sure,
what do you
every
mean?
night.
Every night you help him? Well, that's a good wife. What do you do for him every night?
Press the vertebrae.
What do you mean? He lies down on a...
Lies in the bed and on his stomach, and
you press it with a hot iron?
No, with my hand. I feel him out, and then I go whack. And you hear just feel him out.
Every night you whack his vertebrae? Isn't that a lovely title for a love song? Every night I whack his vertebrae. Well, how many vertebrae does he have?
Well, he's got about 2.5, maybe 3 working. Right.
He's got 12, hasn't he? Is that right?
I never count them. I just whack them.
Why don't you give him a vacation some night and just count them and don't whack them? Huh?
Well, I couldn't feel them that good.
No. Well, you're nice people, and I've enjoyed talking to you, and I hope you're all set to clean us out in the quiz. You both know how we play this game, You Bet Your Life?
Oh, yes.
You selected a movie quiz by Mr. Moya. I'm going to ask you some questions. If you miss 2 in a row, you're out. If you get 4 in a row right, you win $1,000. All right? Nanette Fabre appeared as a child actress in what series of pictures?
Was it Our Gang Comedy?
That's right. You got one right. Only one supporting actor has ever won the Academy Award 3 times. Who is this fine actor?
You're not referring to that big jank deal, are you?
I missed that one.
Well, you'll know when you hear it. It's Walter Brennan.
Well, you have one wrong now. Don't get the next one wrong or you're out of the game.
All right. Gary Cooper and Ingrid Bergman starred in Hemingway's story of the Spanish Civil War. What was the name of it?
For Whom the Bell Tolls.
For Whom the Bell Tolls is right.
Well, you're back on the track again with one right.
What is Edith Head's job in the movies?
Costume designer, Paramount Studio.
Aren't you ashamed to answer that?
I'm really ashamed of that one, Groucho.
2 right now. 2 more right, and $1,000 is yours.
Kirk Douglas stars in Lust for Life. What artist's life is the movie based on?
The Life of Van Gogh.
That's right.
3 right now. 1 more right, and it's yours.
Tolstoy's novel, War and Peace, has been made into a movie. Who directed it?
It was directed by King Vidor.
Yes, one of the great ones. That's right. You've won...
$1,000 with 4 in a row correct.
Now... You won $1,000. Now, you can keep it and quit, or you can come back later at the end of the show and try to double your money, and you may even get a crack at $10,000. No matter what you decide to do, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
George, who's next for DeSoto?
They're Catherine Brousset and Carl Terzian. So, folks, you come in, please, and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word and you divide $100. It's a common word, something you always have with you.
Hello.
Catherine Brustekel and Carl Terzian, huh? Carl, make yourself at home while I get acquainted with your partner. Catherine Brousset, is that the way you pronounce it?
Brousset, yes.
Brousset. Where are you from, Katharina?
Oh, I'm from Paris, but I have lived in many other places before.
Have you got a husband, Catherine?
No.
You have no husband?
No, Groucho.
Like you? Well, that's the friendliest gesture France has made since they sent Lafayette over here. I'll get back to you, Fifi. Just turn off your motor and park there for a minute, huh?
I'll try.
Now, your name is Catherine Brousset?
No, Carl Terzian.
Oh, Carl Terzian.
That's right.
What kind of a name is Terzian? Is that Terzian of the Apes?
No. It's Tarzan.
Oh, it's Tarzan.
Terzian is Armenian name. The IAN is usually Armenian and means son of. Terzian is son of a tailor.
Son of a tailor. Is your father a tailor?
Yes, as a matter of fact, yeah.
Well, that's very fitting. Now, where are you from, Carl?
Right here in Hollywood. Went to Hollywood High and born and raised here.
Have you got a job?
I'm a major in college in political science at University of Southern California.
What are you? Is that a senior?
That's right, senior.
Why are you studying political science?
Well, my eventual hope is to go into politics. I think it's a real challenge and a chance to work with people.
That's a worthy ambition.
Thank you.
Well, how do you know you'd like politics? Have you had any experience?
Yes, ever since I was a wee lad, I was in it, and it's about 10 years now since I first started. What
do you mean by a wee lad? What's a wee lad?
Perhaps about junior high age. And
her size?
No. Actually, at the present time, I'm student body president at USC. I see. So I've been pretty active.
Suppose she was sitting in the front row and you were about to make a speech. Would that distract you any?
I hope.
Well, I'd have to be speaking about something pretty important not to be.
Well, what do you know that's more important?
Nothing yet.
You better get that into your head pretty soon.
It's there.
It is there?
Yeah.
Good.
So you're the president of the student body at SC?
That's right.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
You're a very important fellow.
Oh, how about that?
But when do you get time to study? Don't you have trouble with your grades?
Well, to keep a scholarship, I try for about an A- average. If I'm lucky, I hit it.
Don't you have a Phi Beta Kappa key, if you're that smart?
Well, I seldom wear one.
Oh, are you ashamed of it, then?
No, I'm proud of it, but I just as soon keep it at home.
I see. You imagine that people might vote against you if they saw this key on you?
No, I think academic attainment is something that a person can take pride in himself and doesn't have to broadcast it to the world. You
know Groucho's got to come back for that, and we'll hear about that in 4 minutes after we find out what happened on this date in 1957 when Classic Radio Theater continues.
Do you wish you could get better sleep and maybe lose a few pounds? Maybe more than a few pounds? Well, there's this product called Calitrin that helps with both sleep and weight loss. Just listen to what people are saying about it.
I've been taking Calitrim for right about 3 months, and I've lost 24 pounds and 19 overall inches. But my sleep has improved, I have so much more energy, and I have the desire to succeed more than ever. Anyone who needs weight loss, more energy, and better sleep, this product really does deliver.
I'm Roger. Over the 3 months that I took the product, my sleeping habits are increasingly much better. I got a better night's sleep, and I just can't say enough about the product and how it makes you feel. Also, additionally lost a little bit of weight on the program as well.
Hi, this is Aronson. I take Calitrin for weight loss, and I've lost about 20 pounds, and I feel great.
Calitrin is scientifically proven to help with sleep and weight loss safely and effectively. Check it out at toploss.com. That's toploss.com.
You know, once I leave my studio and my office here, I go home and I do a lot of online work for classic radio theater and other things. And the other night I was sitting there just typing away on the computer, and the next thing I know, I'm out cold. I'm sitting there on the edge of the bed with my laptop, and I just fall out. And it's these new Giza Dream sheets. You know, I've always said I have the best sleep of my life with my MyPillow, and I didn't think it could get better. But these Giza Dreams bed sheets are amazing. I've stayed at my share of top-quality hotels over my time. But you know, these are some of the best sheets I've ever slept on. And you can sleep on them, too. Brought over from this beautiful Giza region, from the Sahara, the Mediterranean, the Nile. And these sheets are so comfortable. No problem getting them on my little thicker-than-usual mattress because they've got these deep pockets in them. They fit remarkably well. And the pillowcases fit over my MyPillows without an issue. Folks, don't just trust me on this. You don't know me that well, but you've heard me talk about this, and I sleep so well. Thanks to these MyPillows and thanks to the Giza Dream sheets, it's so comfortable at night. Just check it out for your own self. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the Giza Dream Sheet Special. Use my promo code USA, and you'll get 30% off and free shipping. 30% off and free shipping. What have you got to lose? Go to MyPillow.com, enter promo code USA. And by the way, that promo code works on just about anything on the website. So do some nosing around. Do some shopping. After all, there's somebody on there, something for everybody you'll find in your life, don't you know?
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-215-5141. 800-215-5141. That's 800-215-5141.
If you enjoy our classic radio theater broadcasts and want to start building a collection of your own, go to classicradio.stream. That's classicradio.stream. There you'll find links to great classic radio collections on CD, along with links to great reading on classic radio, plus classic radio theater on demand. Check out our webpage, available now at classicradio.stream. That's classicradio.stream. And enjoy. And you're listening to Classic Radio Theater on your favorite station. An episode this hour of You Bet Your Life, starring Groucho Marx, that was originally broadcast on a Saturday, April 13th, 1957. In the newspapers of that Saturday, 62 years ago today, these were some of the headlines. Dateline Washington, the weekend moratorium on almost all U.S. mail services went into effect at midnight last night. Although the House Appropriations Committee gave in to Postmaster General Summerfield's demand for more operating funds yesterday and recommended an extra $41 million, Summerfield said his economy cutbacks must go into effect as scheduled. This means all 38,000 U.S. post offices will be closed to the public Saturday and Sunday, and no mail will be delivered until Monday, except that bearing special delivery stamps. The ban on mail deliveries includes newspapers. Dateline Washington, the Army abruptly canceled plans yesterday to take congressmen to Kentucky for a military show on the weekend of the Kentucky Derby. Army Secretary William M. Brucker said he scratched the armor demonstrations at Fort Knox because its serious purpose has been so distorted by being associated with the horse race at Louisville. It was disclosed 2 days ago that Brucker had invited a selected group of congressmen to witness a demonstration at Fort Knox May 3rd and 4th. He offered them free transportation, lodging, and meals, and arranged special return transportation for those who wanted to stay around for the running of the Derby on May 4th. Brucker denied it amounted to a trip to the Derby at taxpayer expense, but a number of congressmen chose to view it that way in the face of mounting protests. He called the whole thing off. Dateline Washington, a large-scale investigation of the nation's financial condition, including taxes, interest charges, and debt, was voted unanimously by the Senate Finance Committee yesterday in a surprise move. Chairman Byrd, the Democrat of Virginia, said it would be one of the broadest investigations ever undertaken by Congress. The State Finance Committee usually sticks with legislation and only rarely gets into the investigation picture. The probe appeared to have political overtones. Some Democrats on the committee said it would center on tight money and described it as the answer to President Eisenhower's call earlier this year for a study of monetary and fiscal policies. Dateline Amman Jordan, the task of heading up a new Jordanian government apparently falling into the hands of a vigorous political associate of Suleiman Nabulsi, the National Socialist Party leader, fired by King Hussein on Wednesday. 40-year-old Abdel Hamir Nimir, the Deputy Premier and Minister of Interior and Defense in Nabulsi's cabinet, was slated to get the nod at any moment for the king as Premier designate. Dateline Boston, heart disease need not be a deterrent to pregnancy, and virtually all women with heart conditions can safely undertake having a baby, in the opinion of a Harvard Medical School doctor. He said, however, he was prepared to retreat from that later broad statement, presumably if evidence contrary to his own experience were presented and outweighed it. Dateline London, the U.S. called on Russia and the other major atomic powers yesterday to stop production of nuclear material for weapons and channel it instead into a peacetime uses under a control system to be devised by scientists. Dateline New York, Arthur Godfrey has changed his mind again about his Wednesday night Arthur Godfrey show on television. He is going to drop it. Godfrey first announced plans to discontinue the show a year ago, then he changed plans and continued with it. Yesterday he said his June 26th program will be his last. Show's been on CBS network since 1949. A year ago, CBS expressed its regrets. Yesterday it did so again. Those some of the day's top news stories as reported in the newspapers of Saturday, April 13th, 1957. On your radio, Groucho Marx, You Bet Your Life on Classic Radio Theater.
Don't you have a Phi Beta Kappa key, if you're that smart?
Well, I seldom wear one.
Oh, are you ashamed of it?
No, I'm proud of it, but I just as soon keep it at home.
I see. You imagine that people might vote against you if they saw this key on you?
No, I think academic attainment is something that a person can take pride in himself and doesn't have to broadcast it to the world.
This fellow will be president when he's 28. Well, you're quite a man, and we can use bright young fellows like you in politics. How old are you, Carl?
21.
21, huh? And you're still in college, huh?
Yes, senior.
When I was 21, I was wanted in 4 different states. In fact, I was wanted in every state but my own. In that state, nobody wanted me. Are you married, Carl?
No.
Have you given this much thought?
I've thought about it.
I don't mean in the last couple of minutes.
Oh, before that.
Would you like to cement Anglo-French relations? What kind of a girl would you like to marry?
Well, I like a girl who's very compatible and understanding, would like a family.
Listen, they're all compatible before you get married.
After, too.
Well, Catherine, we don't know too much about you, so let's do a little...
It's your fault, Groucho.
I expect to remedy this right now. How old are you, babe? How's that for a flying start? How old are you, Kat?
You know, in France, the gentlemen don't ask a lady how old she is.
Well, let's get 2 things straight, Catherine. First, we're not in France, and second, I'm no gentleman. And if you want to, you can put the second one first. However, if you don't care to reveal your age, it's all right with me.
I don't mind. I'm 25.
25. Well, if I were 25, I wouldn't mind either. How long have you been in this country? Have you been here long enough to meet any American men? What a ridiculous question.
I don't know, but since I'm here, I find American men very, very distrustful, and they always think that there's an angle to everything.
Well, any man that can find angles on you should have his eyes examined. And that's the well-rounded truth. Would you think that you're too old for this gent over here, Carl?
He's too busy studying, I suppose. Unfortunately.
He says he's not that busy here, Catherine. Well, what are your plans for the future, Catherine, as far as men are concerned? I imagine that's what you're interested in. All women are.
Well, I plan to marry.
You're going to get married, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're interested in a student body president, we might be able to wrap this thing up right now. Where do you like to go on dates?
Oh, I like to eat in the nice places like Chasen's, Romanov's. Dance at the Macumba, you know.
Well, there goes the student body president. Carl, back to Barney's Beanery.
Oh, I have never been there. I would like to go there.
You'd like to go to Barney's Beanery?
Yes.
Carl, it looks like you're hooked, huh? Well, what kind of luck have you had in locating a victim who has a Diners Club card? Apparently that's what you're after.
Nothing happens very much, Groucho. I can't find somebody that can make me tingle. And it's very important for me to tingle.
Could you make her tingle, Carl?
I've never tried.
Well, what do you mean by a tingle? You mean like tingle, tingle, little star?
Oh, no. You know. I know you know.
No, I don't know.
Oh, Groucho, you know.
I used to know, but I don't know. I would say offhand that I haven't tingled since William Jennings Bryan was running.
I don't believe you.
Well, you're only a kid yet, Catherine. You're 25. I predict you'll be married before you're 26.
I hope so.
Even if it takes 10 years, huh?
I'm in a hurry, you know?
What kind of a man are you looking for? Anything special?
For me, yes. But he doesn't have to necessarily be rich. He doesn't have to be tall. Only we have to love each other. That is most important, Groucho.
Is that what you mean by tingling?
Yes.
Don't you think anyone in America tingles?
I don't know. I don't think too many, really. But Americans are wonderful people. They have so many wonderful qualities, much better than our country. But Groucho, on the romantic side, something is missing, honestly.
It isn't that. The taxes are so high, we can't afford to tingle. It's only a question of...
At least they can try.
Well, wait till after April 15th. I think you'll do that. Well, you're not getting discouraged, are you? Do you think you will eventually hook somebody? This is a kind of an American colloquialism when I say hook somebody.
I think so. But
Don't you think Carl is cute?
Oh, terribly. Terribly cute.
Look at him with those big blue eyes of yours.
Oh, I'm sure he'll be a wonderful American man one day. I mean...
What do you mean, one day? You mean like tomorrow?
I mean in the big things he wants to do later on in life. That's what I mean. Really.
Is there a great deal of tingling at USC?
There is now.
Well, you make a charming, exciting, and romantic couple, and if you take my advice, you'll get engaged right after the show. And Carl, if you plan on taking her to Ciro's and Romanov's, you better hope you win that $10,000.
We hope so,
you'll need that much for a steak sandwich. All right, you selected facts about presidents. I'm going to ask you some questions. If you miss 2 in a row, you're through. If you get 4 in a row right, you win $1,000. Now, don't answer before you discuss it with each other. You understand that, Carl?
Yes, sure.
All right, which of our presidents was married to Martha Dandridge Custis?
George Washington.
George of the Wash is right.
You have 1 right, 3 more to go, and you'll have $1,000.
All right, who was president during the Spanish-American War?
McKinley.
McKinley is right.
You have 2 right now, 2 more right, and you'll have your $1,000.
Good boy.
What president was sworn into office by his father? Come on, kids. Well, it was the New England George Jessel, Calvin Coolidge. Oh, you should know that.
Well, you don't have 1 wrong. You don't get the next one wrong, or the game is over.
How old must a man be in order to be eligible for the presidency?
35 years.
He knew that because he's planning on it.
You're back on the right track. 1 right now, 3 more to go for 1,000.
What president was called the rail splitter?
Abraham Lincoln.
Honest Abe is right. What president? How much have they got?
2 right. 2 more right is what you're aiming for.
Yes.
What president had a famous home called Monticello?
Thomas Jefferson.
How did you know that? Huh?
Oh, my friend told me. Did you know, Groucho?
And you and your friend have 3 right and 1 more right, and you'll have $1,000.
Who was the first vice president to be later elected to the presidency?
John Adams.
John, oh boy, what a smart kid this guy is.
4 in a row right. You now have $1,000. Fenneman a big kiss. This gives you.
I will.
Give Fenneman a big kiss.
Now?
Yeah, right. See, I don't get any money on this show. Well, you've won $1,000 now. You can keep it and quit. We're a pretty smeared-up-looking crowd here.
Oh, you look wonderful.
Yeah. Or you can come back later and try to double your money. You may even get a chance at $10,000. So go over there and sit on Catherine's lap, Carl, and think it over. If we don't see you later, I'll meet you in Barney's Beanery. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
Out of it.
Now, in just 1 moment, we'll see if any of our couples will try for the big money.
Oh, that was so cute. April 13th, 1954, Groucho Marx, You Bet Your Life on Classic Radio Theater.
Do you wish you could get better sleep and maybe lose a few pounds? Maybe more than a few pounds? Well, there's this product called Calitrin that helps with both sleep and weight loss. Just listen to what people are saying about it.
I've been taking Calitrin for right about 3 months, and I've lost 24 pounds and 19 overall inches. But my sleep has improved. I have so much more energy, and I have the desire to succeed more than ever. Anyone who needs weight loss, more energy, and better sleep, this product really does deliver.
I'm Roger. Over the 3 months that I took the product, my sleeping habits are increasingly much better. I got a better night's sleep, and I just can't say enough about the product and how it makes you feel. Also, additionally lost a little bit of weight on the program as well.
Hi, this is Aronson. I take Calitrin for weight loss, and I've lost about 20 pounds, and I feel great.
Calitrin is scientifically proven to help with sleep and weight loss safely and effectively. Check it out at toploss.com. That's toploss.com.
Tired of overpaying for the little blue pill? What if you could get the exact same results for just a fraction of the price, guaranteed? Well, now you can with Sildenafil, the active ingredient in the blue pill. With 20 milligram generic Sildenafil tablets, you get the exact same results for less than $2 per pill. And again, the results are guaranteed. That's right, absolutely guaranteed results for a fraction of the cost of the little blue pill. So give your wallet a break and call us toll-free at 800-362-6091 to get your generic sildenafil delivered discreetly to your door. And of course, while saving hundreds of dollars, you'll also be saving time by saying goodbye to those long, embarrassing pharmacy lines once and for all. Again, just call 800-362-6091 and get your generic sildenafil with a 100% money-back guarantee. Getting your pills doesn't get any easier or cheaper than this, so call 800-362-6091 now.
Escape the big cities. Spend some time in historic Mineral County, Nevada. Explore the off-highway trails and see ghost towns and ghost mining camps, wild Mustangs, and bighorn sheep around one of the most peaceful lakes in the West, perfect for fishing, sailing, or just camping. Over 1,000 miles of off-highway trails to explore, and when you want a little less seclusion, come into Hawthorne to explore the historic museums and buildings. Whether you come to camp, RV, or stay in a local hotel, you'll find Mineral County a perfect place to escape the crowds. Located on Highway 95 between Las Vegas and Reno, Mineral County, Nevada is the perfect place to get away for a weekend or a week. For more information, go online to visit mineralcounty.com. Mineral County, Nevada, where living the great life is coming back to life. Thanks for tuning in on this Saturday edition of Classic Radio Theater. Yes, Friday the 13th came on Saturday in this month of April. Now the conclusion of You Bet Your Life from 62 years ago today, April 13th, 1957.
George, we're ready to see who wants to get a crack at all the big money. Will you bring out the first couple?
Marie Haven and Ray Moyer, would you come out again, please?
Now you won $1,000 so far. Now you have a chance to win a lot more. Maybe even 10,000. Or you can stop right here and keep your 1,000. If you decide to try for the big money and fail, you wind up with a total of $500. Now what are you going to do?
I'm going to take it with you.
Now get together and pick a number from 1 to 10 and then spin the wheel. If any number besides the one you pick comes up, this question is worth $2,000. However, if your number comes up, this question is worth $10,000. What number do you want?
6.
6? Give it a turn. I can't stand many more of these shots. Your number was 6 and it came on 5, so you're now going for $2,000. Is that right? Freedom of the press in America dates from 1735, when a Philadelphia printer was freed of charges of publishing seditious libel. For $2,000, who was the celebrated printer of American history?
Come on.
I think the only one I know is Benjamin Franklin. No. It's not Benjamin Franklin.
It's John Peter Zenger, Zenger.
I tell you, well,
I'm sorry, mister, but you wind up with $500, so that isn't so bad. Congratulations, and thanks for being with us.
You need to be sorry.
All right, bring in the next couple.
All right, Catherine Brousset and Carl Terzian. Come out, please.
You two kids married yet? No. Well, you won $1,000 now. You have a chance to win a lot more, maybe even 10,000. Or you can stop right here and keep your 1,000.
We'll try for it.
You're going to try for it, huh? You are going for the big money. Now get together and pick a number from 1 to 10 and then spin this wheel.
3.
3? Number 3,
six,
huh? Give it a spin. Well, you can't come closer than that. Your number was 3 and it came on 4, so this question is worth $2,000. The first American photographer of any consequence is best known today for his photographs of the Civil War. For $2,000, what is the name of this famous photographer? It's been in all the magazines.
I thought Stephen, is that his first or his last name?
No, his name is Matthew B. Brady. Very famous. I'm sorry you missed. You wind up with $500. It's not too bad. Congratulations, and thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Groucho.
Be sure to tune in again next week, same time, same station, for Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life. Don't miss the Chrysler Corporation's big TV show on another network. And don't forget Groucho's TV show, also brought to you by the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America, who invite you to visit your neighborhood showroom today to see and drive the most exciting car in the world today. DeSoto for 1957.
And when you go in, tell them Groucho sent you. So long, folks, and remember, it's the lovely, it's dynamic, it's DeSoto.
From April 13th, 1957, You Bet Your Life, and it aired on Saturday afternoons at 12:30 Eastern Time. Why? Well, because NBC was running its new creation, the preemption and the beginning of talk radio, Monitor, which was an amazing program, and I wish we still had somebody doing what Monitor did today. But we'll move on to that for another time. We would like for you to drop me a note, classicradiotheater@gmail.com, or through the website, classicradio.stream, where you can stream our Classic Radio Theater podcasts and contact me there as well. Our podcasts are available through iTunes, Spreaker, the iHeartRadio app. Just search for USA Classic Radio Theater. Have yourself a great day. I'm Wyatt Cox. Thanks for listening. Thank this station. Support the advertisers. Tell a friend the great radio shows are back. Classic Radio Theater here on your favorite station and the USA Radio Network.
Pros know doing it right means having what you need for any job on hand, so you're spending more time on the job site than away from it. Lowe's does it right by stocking job lot quantities of lumber, fencing, and decking, and at the right prices. Get volume savings on your next job at the Pro Desk, and save time by ordering at lowesforpros.com. Have your order delivered or pick up in store. Our dedicated pro loaders will load you up and get you back to the job site where you belong. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. See Pro Desk for details, U.S. only.
This is firefighter Rafael Porriette for Firehouse Subs. Introducing new Firehouse Pairs. Pair your favorite small sub with a signature side, like the awesome 5-cheese mac and cheese. And remember, a portion of every purchase at Firehouse Subs goes towards helping first responders. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs, save more lives. Participating locations only. Firehouse Subs will donate a minimum of $1 million in 2019 to the Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation by donating 0.11% of every purchase.
Pros know doing it right means having what you need for any job on hand, so you're spending more time on the job site than away from it. Lowe's does it right by stocking job lot quantities of lumber, fencing, and decking, and at the right prices. Get volume savings on your next job at the Pro Desk, and save time by ordering at lowesforpros.com. Have your order delivered or pick up in store. Our dedicated pro loaders will load you up and get you back to the job site where you belong. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. See Pro Desk for details, U.S. only.
The USA Radio Network presents the greatest radio programs of all time.
Matt Dillon, United States Marshal. The first man they look for and the last they want to meet. It's a chancy job, and it makes a man watchful and a little lonely.
Gunsmoke.
This is classic radio theater.
James Stewart as the six-shooter. Have gun. Will travel.
Fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty hi-yo silver, the Lone Ranger.
Now here's your host, Wyatt Cox.
We start up this hour in Dodge City, Kansas, April 13th, 1958, an episode of Gunsmoke, Livvies Loss.
Around Dodge City and in the territory on west, there's just one way to handle the killers and the spoilers, and that's with a U.S. Marshal and the smell of Gunsmoke. Gunsmoke, starring William Conrad, the story of the violence that moved west with young America, and the story of a man who moved with it.
I'm that man, Matt Dillon, United States Marshal. The first man they look for and the last they want to meet. It's a chancy job, and it makes a man watchful and a little lonely.
Elastic of wood. Ben? Ben?
Quit hollering, Ma. I hear you.
Well, if I'm going to keep this stove going, I'll need some more wood.
There's some in the wood box.
No, you didn't fetch any today. Now go on out the woodshed and bring me some.
Ma, I was just fixing to leave for town.
Ben Redgate, you fill my wood box. And there'll be no going to town tonight.
Ma, you can't keep me here like a tethered calf.
Why, you're living in my house. You'll do as I say.
I'm a man grown, Ma. Pa says I can...
Pa says you want to go to town so you can be like your pa?
Oh, now, Ma.
Ben, it's going to town that's turned him the way he is.
He's still my pa.
Well, you're not going to town. That's the end of it. One man in this family hanging around saloons is enough.
Where's the horses? I thought I told you to get the horses, Ben.
Ma says I can't go.
Oh, and I say you can. Go on now, get the horses.
The boy isn't going, Horatio.
No.
Don't stand in the way, Livy. He's big enough to go to town with his pa. Ain't you, Ben?
I sure am, Pa.
He's not to go. You're not to take him in there and start him on the road you took.
Well, now. Ben don't think it's such a bad road, I'll wager.
Sure not. All them sights I never seen.
Time you saw him, boy.
I mean what I say, Horatio. Ben is not to go. I can't stop you from going. It's too late for you anyhow. The whiskey hasn't been off your breath for 5 years or more.
That's no concern of yours.
It's my concern that I had to keep this place going so my boy and I'd have a roof over our heads.
Oh, ain't you had it hard, though?
I've done what had to be done. And I'm not going to have you coming back whenever the spirit moves you, stirring up things, filling the boy with wild tales.
He's my son, too.
He's your son like I'm your wife. It hasn't meant much for a long time. You can't come back now and start taking over the boy's life.
I should have known. You ain't stopped reading me out since the last time. I don't know why I keep coming back.
Well, whether you come or go means nothing to me. But mark my words. You leave that boy alone.
You mind you said that, Livy. You'll have cause to rue this day.
Pa, where you going?
Any son of mine can find me in Dodge. I won't be hiding.
Sure don't favor his daddy standing there, do he?
No, sir. Horatio Redgate never spills a drop. Why, he'd lick it right up off in the bar if he had to.
Why don't you leave me be?
Why, Sonny, we figure you need somebody to look after you, that's all. Ain't that right?
That's right. Way I get it, his ma don't like him out of her sight. Somebody's got to watch over him.
Go on now, leave me be, or I'll just...
Or you'll do what, Sonny?
All right, boys. All right. You've had your fun. You the Redgate boy?
My name's Ben Redgate, and I'm man grown.
Sure you are. Is that your pa lying across the table back there?
Sure, that's him.
Look, Ben, why don't you call it quits for now and go on home, huh?
You sound like my ma. She don't think I can get along out of her sight.
I don't think you're out of her sight right now.
What do you mean?
Isn't that your ma standing there at the door looking in?
She's got no call to follow me.
Maybe not, but she's sure doing it.
Well, I guess I had to see it to believe it. Come on home now, Ben.
I ain't gonna go. I ain't gonna listen to no more of your lectures.
This is no way for you, Ben. Come home now and we'll say no more about it.
We'll say no more about it because I ain't coming. And I ain't gonna listen no more.
Mind your tongue, Ben. It wasn't easy for me to come into a place like this. Don't you cause me trouble now.
Then don't follow me. And if I want to take a drink out of this bottle, I'm gonna do it.
Not while I'm here to stop you. You may be too big to whip, Ben, but I can still knock a bottle out of your hand.
You can't bust all the bottles in the saloon.
I would if I could right enough.
I still ain't coming, Ma, no matter what you do.
All right, Ben, all right. I can't drag you. But I tell you this. If it'd do any good, if it'd keep you from turning out like your pa, I'd as soon see every saloon in Kansas burn to the ground. I'd even help strike the matches.
Your ma sure speaks her mind, boy. She said some mean things there. Mighty mean.
She smashed that bottle full of whiskey just like it was nothing. A terrible thing. Wasting whiskey like that is terrible.
Can we buy you a drink, boy?
No, I've had enough of this place.
You going home like she told you?
No, I ain't going home. I'm gonna hunt up a place to get drunk where Ma can't find me.
April 13th, 1958, Gunsmoke on Classic Radio Theater.
Do you wish you could get better sleep and maybe lose a few pounds? Maybe more than a few pounds? Well, there's this product called Calotren that helps with both sleep and weight loss. Just listen to what people are saying about it.
I've been taking Calotren for right about 3 months, and I've lost 24 pounds and 19 overall inches. But my sleep has improved, I have so much more energy, and I have the desire to succeed more than ever. Anyone who needs weight loss, more energy, and better sleep, this product really does deliver.
Hi, I'm Roger. Over the 3 months that I took the product, my sleeping habits are increasingly much better. I got a better night's sleep, and I just can't say enough about the product and how it makes you feel. Also, additionally lost a little bit of weight on the program as well.
Hi, this is Erin. I take Calotren for weight loss, and I've lost about 20 pounds, and I feel great.
Calotren is scientifically proven to help with sleep and weight loss safely and effectively. Check it out at toploss.com. That's toploss.com.
So the other evening, I was working on my laptop on the edge of the bed, and I just fell over. I just fell asleep, and it's these Giza Dreams bed sheets. And I snuggle up with them, and I snuggle up with my pillow, and my gosh, I've slept in a lot of hotels in my time. Really nice hotels, top quality, and none of them have anything like these Giza Dreams bed sheets. But don't take my word for it. Go to mypillow.com, use my promo code USA, and you'll get 30% off and free shipping. Give them a try. What have you got to lose? Go to mypillow.com, click on the Giza Dreams bed sheets, and you can sleep just as well as I do. I have a wonderful night's sleep with my MyPillow and my Giza Dreams bed sheets. mypillow.com, use promo code USA, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
This is a national health alert from the Healthcare Hotline.
Are you on Medicare and or have private insurance and suffer from back pain? MD Topical has a solution for you. Today, you can qualify to receive a pain-relieving treatment, such as a comfortable back brace or a customized pain treatment at little or no cost. Call MD Topical toll-free now, 888-998-7225. It just takes a couple of minutes to qualify for these amazing treatments that have helped thousands of people with severe pain. Your personalized pain treatment will be delivered directly to your door. Call MD Topical toll-free, 888-998-7225, 888-998-7225, or go to mdtopical.com and get started on your road to a pain-free life. Call MD Topical toll-free, 888-998-7225, 888-998-7225, 888-998-7225.
Now the conclusion of Gunsmoke from April 13th, 1958 on Classic Radio Theater, Livvies Loss.
Now, what's your excuse this time, Chester? I just took all your men. The game's over.
Oh, well, now, Mr. Dillon, I don't think checkers is a very good game to play so late at night.
What's the matter? Can't you keep your eyes open?
Oh, no, sir, it ain't that. Some colors, they get kind of blurry, kind of hard to tell the red from the black. Did you ever notice that?
Yeah, that doesn't make much difference to me.
How's that?
I wind up with all the checkers anyway, whatever color they are.
Oh, now, Mr. Dillon, what in the world's going on?
I don't know. Come on.
Look, down at the end of the street there, see?
Yeah. I don't think they're going to put that one out either.
Oh, them flames sure got a hold, all right.
That's the new saloon, the Prairie Wagon. Now there's no hope for that place. It'll be enough of a job to keep the fire from spreading.
I'll go help with the buckets, Mr. Dillon.
I'll go around back, see which way it is spreading.
Yes, sir.
Marshal!
Yeah, what?
We got him, Marshal. Caught her red-handed.
Marshal, I don't know.
She done it, Marshal, just as plain as can be.
What's she done? Well, come on, quick, mister. We got a fire to fight.
That's just it, Marshal. She set the fire.
Miss Redgate?
No, Marshal, but you better go fight it before it spreads through the whole town.
You can't let her go.
I'm not going anyplace. I'll wait for you, Marshal, right here.
You can do more than that, Miss Redgate. You can pass empty buckets back. All right, you men, let's get to work.
Sure lucky there wasn't no wind.
Yeah. You sit here, Miss Redgate.
Well, thanks to her, the whole town didn't burn up.
You men got facts to back you up on this?
Sure. Marshal, everybody heard her say she'd like to set a match to every saloon in Kansas. Ain't that right, Jay?
It sure is. She said it right there in the Long Branch just tonight. And then there she was, out back, watching the Prairie Wagon burn.
I wasn't watching, Marshal.
Did you say those things, Miss Redgate?
I said I'd like to see them burn, Marshal, and I'm not sorry this one did either, but I didn't burn it.
You gotta lock her up, Marshal.
I'll take care of her.
Go on, lock her up. She done it, plain as day.
I said I'd take care of her. Now, you men get out. I'll send for you tomorrow if I need you.
But, Marshal,
I said get out. Miss Redgate, I think maybe you better tell me what you were doing out in the alley.
I didn't set that fire.
You were heard talking about burning saloons, and the saloon burns. You were found right out back. Now, does that sound very good to you?
No, Marshal, it don't.
And I'm going to have to hold you till this thing gets straightened out.
Mr. Dillon? Oh, excuse me.
That's all right, Chester.
Well, Mr. Dillon, there's a fellow out here says he's got to see you right now.
I'll bring him in.
Well, yes, sir, but I just thought maybe it might be better for you to come out and see him for just a minute, if it's all seems
all right, Chester. You stay here with Miss Redgate.
Yes, sir.
I want to see you, Marshal.
Oh, it's you, Redgate. What do you want?
I come to do my duty.
Is that so?
That fire,
That terrible fire, Marshal.
What about the fire?
I know.
You know what?
I know who done it. I know who burned down that new saloon. A terrible thing.
All right, tell me. Who did it?
You won't believe.
Well, you tell me anyway, huh?
You ever hear of a woman too good for her own good?
Oh, come on, Redgate. Tell me your story.
Too good for her own good?
Redgate.
Well, that's her name, Marshal. Lavinia Redgate.
Are you saying that she set that fire?
I seen her, Marshal. I seen her just as
You
nice
telling me that you saw your wife start that fire?
Sure as shooting.
Then why didn't you stop her?
Huh?
I said, why didn't you stop her?
Well, Marshal, I couldn't. I couldn't get there in time. I was still across the street when I seen her.
Across the street?
That's it, yeah. I was across there when I seen her standing in front of the saloon with a big torch. Great big torch.
Did you say in front of the saloon?
That's right, Marshal. And she threw the torch.
Then what did she do?
Well, she just stood there watching, right there. And I want you to go get her, Marshal. Arrest her. She's too good for her own good.
I don't have to arrest her, Redgate.
You don't? Why not? Just tell me why not.
She's already in my office.
Livy? In the jailhouse? Oh, that's good, Marshal. That's good. I want to see that, Marshal. I want to go inside.
Yeah, I think maybe you better. Come on.
Locked up at all, Marshal. She's just sitting there.
Horatio, where's Ben?
Go on now, Marshal. Lock her up. Lock her up, Marshal.
Sit down, Redgate. Sit down.
I just wanted to see her locked up.
I don't think that's going to be necessary.
Why not, Marshal? She done it. She said she was going to. I seen her.
I'm not so sure about that.
Anybody will tell you she said that she'd as soon see all the saloons burned. She'll tell you herself, won't you, Livy?
What have you done with Ben?
You're in a fix for sure, ain't you, Livy? Your boy's run off, ain't he? Because you didn't want him to see his paw.
Send him home, Horatio. Give him a chance to grow up decent.
You've been out looking for him, ain't you, Livy? You couldn't sit there at home and wait for him, could you?
Yes, I've been looking.
Is that what you were doing in the alley, Miss Redgate?
Yes, Marshal. I'm ashamed to tell you it was. I was feared someone would tell him if they saw me out front, so I was going along the back way. I got my hindsight now. I can see it was wrong.
Yeah, hear that, Marshal? Vinnie Redgate admits she was wrong. Lock her up, Marshal. Lock her up. Let her sit there a spell and repent.
You got it backwards, Redgate.
What's that?
You're the one who's going to sit there and repent.
What?
Your wife never was out on Front Street. 2 witnesses saw her around back. Your story doesn't make any sense at all.
Marshal, I swear...
Don't bother. You sure wanted to get at her, didn't you?
Oh, now, wait a minute.
I'd watch what I was saying if I were you.
Matt? Hey, Matt.
Yeah, Doc, what is it?
Oh, well, I'll come back later.
No, it's all right. It's all right. What's on your mind?
Well, it'd be better if I came back.
Just speak up, Doc.
Well, Matt, it's about that fire.
Somebody hurt?
Somebody's dead.
Well, who was it?
Well, Matt?
Doc, it's Ben, isn't it?
Yes, Mrs. Redgate. It's Ben.
I had a feeling about tonight. I had a feeling. That's why I kept going after him, looking for him.
You saying my boy was in that saloon?
Well, yes, Rachel. He must have been asleep back at the bar.
I'm sorry. I'm real sorry.
Oh.
Ben, dead? What? I didn't mean nothing like this. I didn't mean to hurt nobody. Just to get Livvy in a fix for a day or two.
You set the fire, didn't you?
Yes, Marshal. I said it. But I didn't mean to burn my boy.
Chester, take him back and lock him up.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, Miss Redgate. I wish there was something I could do to make it easier for you. If you like, ma'am, I'll have Chester take you home.
Home? I drove Ben away from home. What did I do wrong, Marshal? I only wanted him to be a good boy. Now, what did I do wrong?
Well, maybe it's not what you did wrong, Miss Redgate. Maybe you just tried too hard to do right.
Gunsmoke. Produced and directed by Norman McDonald. Stars William Conrad as Matt Dillon, U.S. Marshal. Featured in the cast were Parley Bear as Chester, Howard McNear as Doc, and Georgia Ellis as Kitty. George Walsh speaking. Join us again next week for another specially transcribed story on Gunsmoke.
And there you have it, Gunsmoke, as it was originally broadcast on Sunday, April 13th, 1958. And on that same Sunday, there was an episode of Suspense broadcast, also from April 13th, 1958, episode entitled Win, Place, or Die, starring Frank Lovejoy. And that'll be coming up in just about 4 minutes. I'm Wyatt Cox. Thanks for tuning in to Classic Radio Theater here on your favorite station. And please don't forget that you can always find our podcast at iTunes, Spreaker, the iHeartRadio app. Just search for USA Classic Radio Theater. Or you can also find our podcast at the webpage, classicradio.stream. Suspense is just coming up in 4 minutes right here on Classic Radio Theater. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Do you wish you could get better sleep and maybe lose a few pounds? Maybe more than a few pounds? Well, there's this product called Calotren that helps with both sleep and weight loss. Just listen to what people are saying about it.
I've been taking Calotren for right about 3 months, and I've lost 24 pounds and 19 overall inches. But my sleep has improved. I have so much more energy, and I have the desire to succeed more than ever. Anyone who needs weight loss, more energy, and better sleep, this product really does deliver.
I'm Roger. Over the 3 months that I took the product, my sleeping habits are increasingly much better. I got a better night's sleep, and I just can't say enough about the product and how it makes you feel. Also, additionally lost a little bit of weight on the program as well.
Hi, this is Aronson. I take Calotren for weight loss, and I've lost about 20 pounds, and I feel great.
Calotren is scientifically proven to help with sleep and weight loss safely and effectively. Check it out at toploss.com. That's toploss.com.
You know, once I leave my studio and my office here, I go home and I do a lot of online work for Classic Radio Theater and other things. And the other night I was sitting there just typing away on the computer, and the next thing I know, I'm out cold. I'm sitting there on the edge of the bed with my laptop, and I just fall out. And it's these new Giza Dream sheets. You know, I've always said I have the best sleep of my life with my MyPillow. and I didn't think it could get better. But these Giza Dreams bed sheets are amazing. I've stayed at my share of top-quality hotels over my time. But you know, these are some of the best sheets I've ever slept on. And you can sleep on them, too. Brought over from this beautiful Giza region, from the Sahara, the Mediterranean, the Nile. And these sheets are so comfortable. No problem getting them on my little thicker-than-usual mattress because they've got these deep pockets in them. They fit remarkably well. And the pillowcases fit over my MyPillows without an issue. Folks, don't just trust me on this. You don't know me that well, but you've heard me talk about this, and I sleep so well. Thanks to these MyPillows, and thanks to the Giza Dream sheets, it's so comfortable at night. Just check it out for your own self. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the Giza Dream Sheet Special. Use my promo code USA, and you'll get 30% off and free shipping. 30% off and free shipping. What have you got to lose? Go to MyPillow.com, enter promo code USA. And by the way, that promo code works on just about anything on the website. So do some nosing around. Do some shopping. After all, there's somebody on there. Something for everybody you'll find in your life, don't you know?
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-215-5141. 800-215-5141. That's 800-215-5141.
If you enjoy our classic radio theater broadcasts and want to start building a collection of your own, go to classicradio.stream. That's classicradio.stream. There you'll find links to great classic radio collections on CD, along with links to great reading on classic radio, plus classic radio theater on demand. Check out our webpage, available now at classicradio.stream. That's classicradio.stream. And enjoy. Thanks for tuning in to Classic Radio Theater on your favorite station. We've just enjoyed an episode of Gunsmoke from April 13th, 1958. On that same Sunday, April 13th, 1958, an episode of Suspense, Win, Place, or Die, starring Frank Lovejoy.
Suspense. And the producer of radio's outstanding theater of thrills, the master of mystery and adventure, William N. Robeson.
There is an easily recognizable distinction between a bookkeeper and a bookmaker. They usually are to be found one within and the other without the law. But when a bookkeeper starts taking from a bookmaker, such a nice distinction is apt to become confused amid photo finishes, scratch sheets, and the morning wire, with results ranging from welshing to grand larceny, from mayhem to murder. Results which we hope will keep you in suspense. Listen then as Frank Lovejoy stars in Win, Place, or Die.
A salary will only go so far, and a bookkeeper's salary like mine not quite that far. But I thought I saw an out, and I played it. It seemed like a sure thing. You see, there were only three of us in the main office of the Randolph Theater chain. The boss, me, and Jeannie, the gal I was going to marry.
Joe?
Yeah, honey?
You going to take me to dinner tonight?
Well, I don't feel much like going out. Why don't you grab some frozen stuff, and I'll come by your place.
Broke again?
Ah, Jeannie, don't start that. You know I got a lot of old bills.
You promised to give me some money each week to save for the house and the furniture.
Well, I will next week. I'll start next week.
Joe, what's wrong?
Nothing.
Yes, there is. Something's wrong. Something you're not telling me.
Oh, drop it, Jeannie. Will you just drop it? Randolph Theaters.
Papa?
Yeah?
Sid Kurtz.
Yeah.
You're late, Joe.
Yes, I know. I'm going out to lunch now. I'll see you in a few minutes.
That's nice, chum. I'll be waiting at the corner.
Who is that?
That's the guy I'm working on a deal with. I'll tell you all about it someday.
Don't wait too long, Joe.
Randolph, there it is.
Joe, this is Rita. I didn't get a letter from you this morning.
Oh, I know. Rita, look. I can't give you anything this week.
Joe, I have the rent to pay and Jimmy needs clothes.
Yeah, I know, but I'm in a jam.
I should think you'd at least want to support your son.
Oh, get off my back, will you?
Maybe if that girl you're running around with down at the office found out you have an ex-wife and a kid to support, she wouldn't think so much of you. Maybe I ought to tell her.
You do that, and you'll never get another dime. Once one of them gets on your back, they all climb on. But there was one I couldn't stall. Sid Kurtz. I opened the bag with the cash receipts from the Tivoli Theater, changed the figures, and took what I needed. It was mounting up. Every day it was mounting up, and I needed a break to pay it back.
Well, late, chum.
Well, I had to make a phone call.
I mean 3 days late. I pay off on Fridays. I like to collect on Fridays. This is Monday. Now, where's the dough?
It's right here. $54, right?
That's right, chum. But this week, remember, win or lose, Friday.
I can find another bookie, Sid.
Sure, but we all work for Charlie McManus. He'll get it anyhow, Joe, and he'll get it on Friday. Remember that.
There's nothing you can do when the ponies start running against you. 100 was easy to cover, but it got to be 200, 500, nearly 1,000.
Is that the box office total for last week?
Yeah.
Mr. Randolph wants to see it.
Why does he want to see it?
Well, he checks it every once in a while, doesn't he? Is something wrong, Joe?
Do I act as though there's anything wrong?
Oh, hello, Hopper.
Here's the tape, Mr. Randolph.
Mm-hmm. Well, the grosses seem a bit low.
Television. The weather, maybe.
Yeah. Well, it's the long haul that counts. Our profit for the year. We'll know that after the audit.
Audit?
Yes. Oh, that's right. You weren't with us last year. We make our annual audit the end of this month, Hopper. That'll be in 8 days.
Charlie McManus speaking.
Charlie, this is Joe Harper.
Yeah, Hopper.
A bet for Sid Kurtz's book.
All right, shoot.
What's the line on Sturdy Duke and the Six?
Beaver money. You should walk it.
Well, I want 1,000 on the nose.
Did you say $1,000, Harper?
Yeah, on the nose.
Just a minute. Harper, Sid Kurtz wants you to meet him for lunch.
Oh, I can't. I got work to do.
I won't take the bet unless you talk to Sid before the race.
Well, okay. Tell him to meet me at the cafeteria.
About this bet, Joe.
Well, what's wrong with it?
Nothing. Except I'd like to have the dough before the race. That's McManus' orders.
But I haven't got it.
That's what I mean, chum. You can't afford that kind of dough.
Oh, you've got to take the bet.
I don't got to do anything unless McManus tells me.
Well, look, Sid. I'm going to tell you something I'm not supposed to, but... Well, it isn't my bet.
What do you mean?
I'm placing it for Mr. Randolph.
Randolph? Your boss?
Yeah.
You wouldn't kid me, would you, Harper?
No, Sid, you know me.
Yeah, I know you. All right, tell your boss he's got a bet. And the payoff day is Friday.
Sure, Sid, thanks.
I'm glad it ain't your bet. I've seen guys get themselves in a bind. They bet $2 and lose, then it's a 5, 10, 100. And it gets to be $1,000. That's where the trouble starts, Hopper. Loser starts small, and sometimes he winds up betting his life.
In a moment, we continue with the second act of Suspense.
April 13th, 1958, Suspense on Classic Radio Theater.
This is Dr. Howard, founder and formulator of Balance of Nature. We're changing America, one life at a time.
I had carpal tunnel. It went to my left hand and made it sort of like numb or stiff,
But I've noticed my left hand seems to be getting better. I know that this stuff did it because what I was taking before, it never changed it. I'm starting to notice near the baby finger and the other thing, I'm saying, oh my gosh, this is crazy. What the heck? Oh, and I figure it must be from them daggone fruits and vegetables, because that's the only thing that's changed in my life.
From now until April 21st, receive a 20% discount and free shipping on any first order of Balance of Nature. Again, this special radio offer will only be available through April 21st. Call 1-800-2468-751. That's 1-800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com.
To take advantage of this special discount, use discount code USA.
Tired of overpaying for the little blue pill? What if you could get the exact same results for just a fraction of the price, guaranteed? Well, now you can with sildenafil, the active ingredient in the blue pill. With 20 milligram generic sildenafil tablets, you get the exact same results for less than $2 per pill. And again, the results are guaranteed. That's right, absolutely guaranteed results for a fraction of the cost of the little blue pill. So give your wallet a break and call us toll-free at 800-362-6091 to get your generic sildenafil delivered discreetly to your door. And of course, while saving hundreds of dollars, you'll also be saving time by saying goodbye to those long, embarrassing pharmacy lines once and for all. Again, just call 800-362-6091 and get your generic sildenafil with a 100% money-back guarantee. Getting your pills doesn't get any easier or cheaper than this, so call 800-362-6091 now.
It's amazing but true. When it comes to one of America's biggest household expenditures, healthcare, a lot of people think they've got no choice. People are used to thinking we have to do it this way, but they don't. Yes, you have the freedom to choose an alternative with your healthcare. It's MediShare, and it costs way less than the alternatives. The typical family saves $500 a month, not a year. A month. And if you're single, this can save you a lot too. And let's face it, a big reason MediShare is 400,000 people strong, it just works. They've shared over $3 billion in medical bills, so they can help share your needs too. Joining MediShare for so many people is one of those things that makes you say, why didn't I do this before? So yes, the time has come for something better. Look into joining MediShare and see why so many people are opting out of the old way and into the new. Why not look into this? Just call 855-90-PSALM. That's 855-90-PSALM. 855-90-PSALM.
Now on Classic Radio Theater, the conclusion of Win, Place, or Die, starring Frank Lovejoy, as it was originally broadcast Sunday, April 13th, 1958.
And now, starring Frank Lovejoy, Act 2 of Win, Place, or Die.
The trouble with horses is they can't read. At least they don't read the racing form. Sturdy Duke finished fourth. Next day, Time Step finished out of the money. Thursday, Atomic Dust ran out. By Friday, I was into Sid Kurt's book for $4,600. I waited all day for his call, but it never came. I thought I had one more day. But when I got home, I found I was wrong.
You keep late hours, Joe.
Kurtz?
Yeah, Kurtz. The guy who gets sore when people break dates with him.
I tried to call you.
You did? Funny, I never got the message. McManus must be getting absent-minded.
Well, I tried all day. I tell you, the line was busy.
That's a pity, Joe.
They must have been booking a lot of action today to tie up your lines like that.
Well, the play was light today, Joe. Very light. We had a bad week. Book got hit hard. I'm glad you got $4,600 for me, Joe. You have got $4,600, haven't you?
No, I haven't got it.
Oh, it's too bad. I can't tell you how sorry I am, Joe. I sort of choke up. I can't find a word.
Ah, Sid, now listen to me. I'll have the dough for you tomorrow. Tomorrow, sure. It isn't my fault. They weren't my bets. You know that.
Oh, you told me.
Randolph was away all day. I even waited for him late, but he didn't even call me. He'll be in tomorrow, though. I'll get the dough for you. I'll get it.
All right, Joe. Get a good night's sleep, kid. I'll wait till tomorrow.
Oh, thank you, Sid. You're a friend.
Sure, every day. Except Friday.
Yeah. Good night, Sid.
Good night, Joe. Joe.
Yeah?
There's something I think you ought to know.
What's that?
I hate a Welsher. Used to be an elevator operator in your office building. He tried to beat me out of a $20 bet. I didn't like to do it, but I gave him a bruise in the stomach.
That's a big idea.
Just telling you the story, Joe. I hit this other guy a lot harder for a lousy $20. He was in the hospital for quite a while. See you tomorrow, Joe.
Morning, Jeannie.
Morning.
Morning, Hopper.
Morning, sir.
Oh, a day like this, I'd rather play golf than work. Tell me I'm dispensable, Jeannie.
You're not. Not today. Couple of distributors coming in, and a Mr. Charlie McManus called you.
Who? McManus? I don't know anybody named McManus. Who's he with?
I don't know. But he said you owed him $4,600.
Well, I guess I should know him then, shouldn't I? Do we have a creditor named McManus on the books, Hopper?
No, we don't, Mr. Randolph.
He wasn't very pleasant about it. He wants you to meet him tonight with the money.
What did he say? Where?
In the bar at the Tip Top Club. He said there'd be trouble if you went there by 9 o'clock. I don't like it, Mr. Randolph.
Neither do I. Jeannie, you better call Mrs. Randolph and tell her I won't be home for dinner.
You're going to meet this McManus?
Whatever he wants. I certainly should find out about it.
Well, maybe he made a mistake. He might have you mixed up with some other Randolph. Let me go talk to him.
Thanks, Hopper. But when a man says I owe him money, I prefer to talk to him myself.
Good thing Saturday was a half day because I had a lot of things to set up. I ducked out on Jeannie when we left at noon. All I needed from her was that she'd remember the phone call from McManus, and I knew she would. But I needed more from my ex-wife, Rita. I needed an alibi.
Joe.
Yes, honey.
Oh, what are you doing here, Joe?
May I come in?
Oh, sure.
Rita, I got to thinking about you and Jimmy. I brought him a couple of things. Where is he?
At a movie. He goes every Saturday afternoon with the other kids.
Well, I'm sorry I missed him, but it's nice to be alone with you for a while. 3 years is a long time, Rita.
Joe, what are you trying to say?
That I miss you. I'm sorry about what happened to us.
I couldn't do anything else, Joe. Not after the way you treated me. And you looked out.
Well, I've been sorry ever since.
You've got another girl.
Well, it's no good, honey. Nobody's any good but you. Take me back, Rita.
Oh, Joe.
Honey.
Joe, I don't know what to say. What'll I tell my family and Jimmy?
We'll tell them together tomorrow. I'll rent a car. We'll go for a Sunday drive, the three of us, okay?
Oh, yeah.
That's my girl. Rita, there's something I'd like you to do for me.
What, Joe?
Well, I'm in a little jam. I've got to straighten it out tonight. Anybody should ask you, will you say I spent the evening here? Will you? Say from about 8 until midnight.
Is that why you came, Joe? Because you're in trouble?
No, I'm not in any real trouble. I just have to settle something before we can start out together again. Will you do it for me, honey?
I'll do it, Joe. I don't know why, but I'll do it.
It was a setup, a sure thing. It couldn't miss. I went home and got the gun, a war souvenir I picked up for a few bucks. No registration to be traced. And at 8:30, I was in an alley beside the Tip Top Club when Mr. Randolph pulled up in a taxi and paid off the driver.
All right, keep the change.
Mr. Randolph.
What? Who is it?
Oh, it's me, Joe Harper.
Hopper. What are you doing here?
I came down to help you out.
Help me with what? What do you have to do with it?
You come back here in the alley. I'll explain it to you. It's far enough, Mr. Randolph.
Oh, Hopper, what is it? Hopper! Ah!
I walked away from it before the crowd gathered. I bought a ticket and went in to see a movie. When I got out, the midnight edition of the Sunday papers were off the press. It was all there on the front page. Bookmaker arrested for murder of theater owner. Charles McManus charged with shooting. I went home. I had company again. I knew I would, but this was company I didn't have to worry about.
You knew about McManus's phone call to Mr. Randolph?
Oh, I didn't take the call, Lieutenant. I heard Jeannie. That's Miss Thorpe. Tell Mr. Randolph about it.
Randolph say he knew this McManus?
No, he denied it.
You get along with your boss?
Well, sure.
Well, your story checks out with Miss Thorpe's. Oh, by the way, she tells me that you two are engaged.
Yes, that's right.
Saturday night is a big date night. How come you two weren't together?
Oh, well, Lieutenant, I've been married before. I've got an ex-wife and a kid. I was visiting them.
Ah, I see. Well, I think you'd better come in with me.
What for?
Well, you're sort of a witness. Your testimony won't help this McManus any, and he has some bad boys on his payroll.
Oh, you mean you want to take me into protective custody?
Yes, that's right. Just for a couple of days. We've got Miss Thorpe, too.
Well, no, I don't think I'd better.
Well, you don't have to come in, of course, but it would be safer.
Well, thank you just the same, Lieutenant, but I'm all right. I'm not afraid. I wanted protective custody bad, but I couldn't take it. I'd remembered something just in time. The auditor. They'd be in Monday. Randolph's death wouldn't stop that, and the books had to balance. I went down to the office and started to work. I worked the rest of the night and all day Sunday, changing figures, erasing slowly and carefully. Then I took some petty cash slips Randolph had signed and changed the amounts. By Sunday night, I had it right on the nose. I put the books away, got my coat, and the phone. The office phone ringing on Sunday night. I didn't want to answer it, but I had to. Hello?
Oh, Joe.
Nita, what's the matter? Why are you calling me at the office?
Joe, I've been trying to get you at home all day.
Well, how did you know I was here?
The detective said you might be. He said he was going to look for you there.
What detective?
He answered the phone at your place. He asked me who I was, and I told him. Then he asked me where you were last night.
Well, you told him I was with you?
No.
Why, Rita, why?
Because I was mad at you. You promised to come today and take me and Jimmy for a ride, and you didn't show up. I didn't know, Joe. I didn't know about the murder.
And that cop Corrigan, he's on his way up here?
Oh, his name wasn't Corrigan. He said it was Kurtz. Sid Kurtz.
I dropped the phone and ran into the hall, and then I heard it, the whine of the night elevator stopping, the door sliding open.
Hello, chum.
Sid, you've got to listen to me.
No time to listen, chum. The payoff day has been changed. It ain't Friday anymore. It's now.
There was a fire axe on the wall. I tore it loose and threw it at him. It hit him and knocked him down. I turned and raced for the stairway, but he was on his feet and after me. I took the stairs 4 at a time, but he was right behind me. Only one more flight to the lobby. But I'd never make it now. An iron gate stretched across the stairs, and by the dim night bulb, I read the sign. This exit closed after 6 p.m.
Tough luck, chum. Looks like you lost another photo finish.
Sid, I'll get the money for you. I'll get it.
Oh, it ain't money anymore, chum. You bet your life, Joe. And you lost the bet.
Oh.
You lost the bet, Joe. You lost the bet.
Suspense, in which Mr. Frank Lovejoy starred in William N. Robeson's production of Win, Place, or Die by Joel Murcott. Supporting Mr. Lovejoy in Win, Place, or Die were Joan Banks, Ellen Morgan, Joe DeSantis, Bill Quinn, and Jack Crucian. Listen again next week when we return with Stan Freberg in Alibi Me. Another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
Most radio dramas by 1958 had moved to Saturdays and Sundays, except on NBC. NBC was running their Monitor program on Saturdays and Sundays, and so CBS was basically alone in the genre. You would see the daytime dramas start to go away, and by 1961, the handwriting was on the wall. Suspense and yours truly, Johnny Dollar, would be the final radio drama shows on radio. And we thank you for joining us here on Classic Radio Theater. We're still here, and you can always find our programs online and on demand. If you just go to classicradio.stream, that's classicradio.stream, where you can stream our Classic Radio Theater podcast, learn more about Classic Radio Theater collecting, and find out some of the things I do away from this microphone. classicradio.stream. If you'd like to drop me an email, you can contact me through the webpage, or you can email me directly, classicradiotheater@gmail.com. And as always, our podcasts are available through iTunes, Spreaker, the iHeartRadio app, anywhere fine podcasts are served. Just search for USA Classic Radio Theater. I'm Wyatt Cox. Thank you so much for listening. Please thank this radio station, support the advertisers, and tell a friend the great radio shows are back. Classic Radio Theater here on your favorite station and the USA Radio Network.
Pros know getting the next job means doing this one right. Lowe's is here to help with brands you need to power through any job. Like Hitachi Power Tools, soon to be known as Metabo HPT. Same tools, same warranty, new name. Stop in today and save during our Spring Black Friday sale and get up to 25% off select Hitachi Power Tools, like a 10-inch compound miter saw for just $99. For tools you can trust to get the job done right. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. Offer valid through 4/14. See store for details. U.S. only.
When it comes to your education, there's no need to settle. Get the interactive and purposeful education that you and employers demand from Colorado State University Global Campus. You'll get personalized, career-driven learning created and taught by today's industry leaders. CSU Global was built to help students succeed with affordability, flexibility, and individualized support. It's time to expect better. Find your path to the career you want at csuglobal.edu, where online education isn't another thing we do, it's all we do. When it comes to your education, there's no need to settle. Get the interactive and purposeful education that you and employers demand from Colorado State University Global Campus. You'll get personalized, career-driven learning created and taught by today's industry leaders. CSU Global was built to help students succeed with affordability, flexibility, and individualized support. It's time to expect better. Find your path to the career you want at csuglobal.edu, where online education isn't another thing we do, it's all we do.
The USA Radio Network presents the greatest radio programs of all time.
Ladies and gentlemen, the story you are about to hear is true. Only the names have been changed to protect the innocent. Dragnet.
This is Classic Radio Theater.
Gangbusters!
I was a communist for the FBI.
Lights out, everybody.
Now here's your host, Wyatt Cox.
Crime drama Jack Webb starring in an episode of Dragnet, The Big Note. This was originally broadcast April 13th, 1954.
Ladies and gentlemen, the story you are about to hear is true. The names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Dragnet.
You're a detective sergeant. You're assigned to juvenile detail. You get a report of drug addiction within a group of teenagers. You don't know if the information is true. Your job, check it out.
Dragnet, the documented drama of an actual crime. For the next 30 minutes, in cooperation with the Los Angeles Police Department, you will travel step by step on the side of the law through an actual case transcribed from official police files. From beginning to end, from crime to punishment, Dragnet is the story of your police force in action.
It was Wednesday, February 10th. It was cold in Los Angeles. We were working the day watch out of juvenile detail. My partner's Frank Smith. The boss is Captain Powers. My name's Friday. I was on my way into the office, and it was 8:01 a.m. when I got to Georgia Street Juvenile. Squad room. Hi, Frank.
Well? Well, what do you think?
About what?
Ruth, what do you think?
Well, she's nice, sure.
Was that all you got to say?
Well, what do you want me to say?
Well, did you like her?
She's a nice girl, yeah.
You got another date with her?
No, I told her I'd call her sometime.
You said you'd call her, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Did you say when?
No, I just said sometime.
Sometime. Well, Faye's not going to like it.
Why?
She's just not, Joe. You thought sure we had it this time.
Well, look, Frank, I think it's real nice of you and Faye to be concerned. I don't think that I don't appreciate it, but when you asked me over last night, I figured we were just going to have dinner and sit around and talk. I didn't know anything about this girl going to be there. Don't you think you should have told me? Let me know.
Joe, you like girls, don't you?
Well, of course I like girls.
Well, we couldn't have done that, you know. It would have loused the whole thing up if we told you ahead of time. We just wanted you to meet her. Get the full effect. Bang, like that.
Yeah, I got the full effect.
Well, we tried to set it all up for you. She is pretty, don't you think?
Yeah, I guess so.
Blue eyes, red hair. I think she's real pretty.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Faye and me had the whole evening planned, right from the time you two met.
I kind of got that idea.
What do you mean?
Well, you're about as subtle as a water buffalo.
Now, you tell me where we were obvious. Go ahead, tell me.
Well, all right. First off, the music. That album of records of yours there. What's it called? Love Music or whatever it was?
Mood for Lovers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I bought them special.
Yeah. And the flowers on the table?
Well, you gotta have flowers. You gotta have something for the center of the table.
You must have gone a long way for those. Orange blossoms? You had to have those, huh?
Well, Faye's not gonna like it.
Well, I'm very sorry about that, Frank.
Well, we're just trying to show you the advantages of getting married.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you and Faye trying, but let me do it my way, huh? Any mail this morning?
Huh?
Any mail?
Yeah, Skipper put a note in your box.
Okay. Tickets for the police show.
You gotta sell tickets, huh?
Yeah, so do you. Here's your book.
You're not mad, are you, Joe?
Oh, man, it's just that all the time people are trying to be helpful, you know.
Well, I kind of hate to say it behind her back.
Hmm?
I say I hate to say it behind her back, but it was Faye's idea. I didn't have any part in it.
Yeah.
Faye's idea.
Faye's idea.
You sure you're not sore, huh?
No, I told you I'm not mad.
Sure?
I'm sure, Frank, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Ruth.
What?
Look, it wasn't the fact that she was a redhead, was it?
Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah, Skipper says to run this down.
Thanks, Ed.
What do you got?
Take a look at this.
Huh? Dear sir, I have some information for you about a big dope ring. It's important I talk to you. I'll meet you at the streetcar stop at 7th and Broadway on the east side after 3:45 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, Wednesday. That's today, huh?
Yeah, read the rest of it.
I can't tell you my name now, but I'll be wearing a green skirt and a plaid sweater. I'll be standing right by the streetcar stop.
What do you think?
I don't know. No signature. You got anything in the envelope?
No, it's postmarked L.A., addressed to Juvenile Division. No way of telling where it came from.
Think it's from McCrae?
Well, there's one place we can find out.
Yeah.
7th and Broadway. The fact that the note had been addressed to Juvenile Division instead of Narcotics Detail indicated that the person who wrote it had some knowledge of the workings of the police department. It also led us to believe that the writer was a juvenile. We checked again with Captain Powers on the letter, and it was decided that we'd make the meet that afternoon. Frank and I spent the rest of the morning going over reports on a case that we just finished, and at 3:15 p.m. we left the office. Frank stopped the car at 8th and Broadway for a traffic signal, and I got out and walked the remaining block. There was no one at the streetcar stop dressed in a green skirt and a plaid sweater. While Frank circled the block, I waited. 3:40 p.m., still no sign. At 3:52, a woman of about 23 got off a streetcar and waited on the corner. She was wearing a dark green suit with a plaid blouse. I waited for some indication that she might be the person we were waiting for, but she gave none. Finally, she turned, walked across the street, and disappeared into the crowd. 4 o'clock. 4:15. Still no sign of the letter writer. 4:30. 4:45. Frank pulled into a loading zone near the corner, and I went over to talk to him.
What do you think?
Well, I don't know. She's an hour late now.
Uh-huh. Well, that note must have been from a crank.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, come on, get in. We better go back to the office.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute, Joe.
What?
Right there, crossing the street.
Oh, yeah. Matches the description.
Must be her.
Well, she's looking this way. I'll check it. She looked about 15. Brown hair and a thin, young face. She was carrying an armful of school books. She paused in the corner and watched me. I walked up to her and told her I was a police officer. She nodded and then walked out to the safety zone and climbed onto a waiting streetcar. I followed her. She walked to the back of the car and took a seat. I sat down next to her. I could see Frank following us in our car. We rode 3 blocks before she spoke.
I'm sorry I was late.
It's all right.
I usually try to be on time, maybe even a little early. That's the way it should be, don't you think?
Well, what was it you wanted to talk about, miss?
I got hung up at school, couldn't get away when I thought I would.
Yeah.
That's the reason I'm late.
Well, you said something in the note about a narcotics ring.
How much am I going to get involved in this?
What do you mean?
How deep am I going to get? I don't want any trouble myself. I'm doing this to help somebody, but I don't want to get mixed up in it myself.
Well, maybe you better tell me what it's all about first, huh? We can decide the rest of it later.
That's the way it has to be?
Well, you called us, remember?
Yeah, I guess so.
What's your name?
Edna.
Your last name?
Well, that isn't going to help any. You don't need it.
How old are you?
15.
All right, what about this dope ring?
I want to tell you about it. A friend of mine is in pretty deep. I think she's hooked bad. I want to help her.
What's your friend's name?
You have to have that?
Well, we're not going to be able to do very much without it, are we?
Catherine. I can't give you her last name. I can't.
How old is she?
15.
All right, now what makes you think she's using narcotics?
I just know, that's all.
Well, that's a pretty serious charge. You must have some reason for saying it.
I've got a reason. I've got good reasons. You think I'd go to the cops if I didn't have? You think that?
What kind of narcotics do you think she's using?
Heroin.
You know that for sure, do you?
Yeah, I've seen her take a fix.
Where? Where'd she take the fix?
I seen her do it in her room at home. A place near school up at Lewis Apartments.
Lewis?
Lewis Conklin. He got Catherine hooked. He's the one I want to see you get.
How old's he?
Oh, I don't know. I think around 20, 21.
Where'd you meet him?
Down at Balboa last summer. Catherine and me went down for a week. We met them then, Lewis and Vince.
You know this Vince's last name?
I think it's Beal.
B-E-A-L?
I guess so.
Now, these 2 boys, are they supplying Catherine with the heroin?
Yeah, they got it for her.
How'd you happen to meet them?
First day we were down at Balboa, we went down to the beach. We saw them then. We didn't talk to them right off, not the first day.
Uh-huh.
The next day, they came over to where we were and laid down on the beach. They had a portable radio, and they were playing it loud. They were playing it real loud.
Yeah.
Well, Lewis asked us if they had the radio on too loud, and we said no. Then we got to talking.
All right, go ahead.
Well, we found out that they knew a lot of the kids that go to our school, so we talked about them. We talked and listened to the radio.
Mm-hmm. Were either your or Catherine's parents with you?
No. Catherine's father's got a friend who lives at Balboa all the time. We were staying with her.
All right, go ahead.
After we knew him a week, one night, they suggested that we go for a ride down the coast toward San Diego.
Yeah.
They'd never given us any trouble, so Catherine and me talked it over and decided to go. They'd never gotten fresh or anything, so we thought it'd be all right.
Mm-hmm.
We drove down the beach, and then we stopped. Boys had some beer in the car, and we drank some of it, just a little. We didn't think it would hurt, just a little.
All right.
I guess we drank more than we thought, because we both got a little drunk. First time I ever got drunk. All I wanted to do was go home and go to sleep. That's all I wanted to do. I didn't feel good. I remember that. I didn't feel good.
Go ahead.
I got out of the car, and I walked around for a while. After I walked, I felt better, and I went back to the car. Catherine and the 2 boys were smoking. I could smell it when I got in the car. Real sweet. Sickening.
Marijuana?
Yeah. Vince asked me if I wanted some. I told him I didn't, and they all laughed again. Said I was just a little kid, called me chicken. So I did.
You smoked the marijuana, did you?
Yeah, but not very much. Got sick again, and I threw the stick away. That made Vince sore because I hadn't smoked very much. He got out of the car and found what was left of the cigarette and put it in a box he had. Then he got in the car, and the 3 of them all drank some more of the beer and smoked the rest of the marijuana. They were all laughing and yelling.
Catherine was smoking, too?
Yes, she was having a great time, laughing it up. Seemed like everything that happened was just about the funniest thing she ever heard. They were all laughing and telling me what a square I was. Finally, I couldn't stand it anymore. So I said if they wouldn't take me home, I'd walk.
What'd they say to that?
Told me to go ahead. Said I was a drag anyway, and they'd be glad to get rid of me.
You left them?
Yeah. I tried to get Catherine to go with me. She said she was having too good a time and she wasn't leaving. She told me to go home and to expect her when she walked in.
Yeah.
So I left. Got out of the car and walked up the highway. Was going to catch a ride back to town. Pretty scared, but I wanted to get back. I didn't feel very good. I waited for the car, but the ones that went by wouldn't stop. Then Vince and Louis and Catherine came by. They told me to get into the car, and we drove home. I had to wait out in front with Catherine until she sobered up. She said she was too drunk to go into the house.
What time did you get home?
Oh, it must have been 3 or 3:30.
Did you see Vince and Louis again?
Well, I didn't, but Catherine did. Every night we were there, she went out with them. I didn't want to have anything more to do with them. She told me if I said anything to the people we were staying with, she'd cause me a lot of trouble. I like Catherine. She's my best friend. I didn't want to see her get into any trouble. Thought when we left Balboa, she'd quit seeing the fellas. That's what I thought, that she'd stop seeing them.
Did she?
No. When school started again, she was still going with Louis. I'd see her around the school, but she wouldn't have anything to do with me. Said I was a cube. Talking all the time about how she didn't know they grew corners like me anymore.
How'd you find out she was on heroin?
One day I saw her take a pop. She was at her house, and I came over to talk to her. She was pretty sick, and she went into her room. I went in after her to see if I could help, and I saw her taking a fix. After that, I didn't see much of her. I guess she didn't want me around, knowing she was hooked.
When was all this?
About 2 months ago. I've seen her a couple of times since. She looks real bad.
Her parents know anything about the narcotics?
I don't know. There's just her father. I don't think he cares much. If he does, he's not doing anything about it. I'm just telling you all this so you'll get Louis and Vince. They're the ones who started her. They're seeing that she gets the age.
You know where we can find them?
Yeah. Louis has a little apartment over in the Westlake area.
You know the address?
No, but I can show you where it is.
All right.
I just want to see you get them. Get them good. She was my best friend. Now she won't have anything to do with me. Nothing.
Well, maybe we can straighten it out.
What do you want to do now?
Well, first we better get off this streetcar. End of the line.
April 13th, 1954, Dragnet on Classic Radio Theater.
This is a national health alert from the Healthcare Hotline. Are you on Medicare and or have private insurance and suffer from back pain? MD Topical has a solution for you. Today, you can qualify to receive a pain-relieving treatment, such as a comfortable back brace or a customized pain treatment at little or no cost. Call MD Topical toll-free now, 877-875-5909. It just takes a couple of minutes to qualify for these amazing treatments that have helped thousands of people with severe pain. Your personalized pain treatment will be delivered directly to your door. Call MD Topical toll-free, 877-875-5909, or go to mdtopical.com and get started on your road to a pain-free life. Call MD Topical toll-free, 877-875-5909, or go to mdtopical.com.
So the other evening I was working on my laptop on the edge of the bed, and I just fell over. I just fell asleep, and it's these Giza Dreams bed sheets. And I snuggle up with them, and I snuggle up with my pillow, and my gosh, I've slept in a lot of hotels in my time. Really nice hotels, top quality, and none of them have anything like these Giza Dreams bed sheets. But don't take my word for it. Go to mypillow.com, use my promo code USA, and you'll get 30% off and free shipping. Give them a try. What have you got to lose? Go to mypillow.com, click on the Giza Dreams bed sheets, and you can sleep just as well as I do. I have a wonderful night's sleep with my MyPillow and my Giza Dreams bed sheets. MyPillow.com, use promo code USA, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
Do you wish you could get better sleep and maybe lose a few pounds? Maybe more than a few pounds? Well, there's this product called Calitrin that helps with both sleep and weight loss. Just listen to what people are saying about it.
I've been taking Calitrim for right about 3 months, and I've lost 24 pounds and 19 overall inches. But my sleep has improved, I have so much more energy, and I have the desire to succeed more than ever. Anyone who needs weight loss, more energy, and better sleep, this product really does deliver.
Hi, I'm Roger. Over the 3 months that I took the product, my sleeping habits are increasingly much better. I got a better night's sleep, and I just can't say enough about the product and how it makes you feel. Also, additionally lost a little bit of weight on the program as well.
Hi, this is Aronson. I take Calitrin for weight loss, and I've lost about 20 pounds, and I feel great.
Calitrin is scientifically proven to help with sleep and weight loss safely and effectively. Check it out at toploss.com. That's toploss.com.
So many radio episodes of Dragnet were recycled into television. This is one of those. April 13th, 1954, The Big Note. Dragnet on Classic Radio Theater.
Edna and I got off the streetcar and Frank picked us up. We stopped at a drugstore and put in a call to the office requesting that a policewoman be sent out to take the girl into custody. 10 minutes later, Officer Irene Gardner arrived, and the four of us drove over to the Westlake area. The young girl pointed out the building where she told us that Vince Beale and Louis Conklin lived. She gave us a description of the two suspects, and finally, after Miss Gardner had talked to her, she also gave us the full name of her friend, Catherine Pilgrim. We checked at the building and found that the two suspects occupied apartment 4G. Frank and I talked to the manager of the place, but she told us that the pair weren't in and that she didn't know when they'd be back. We returned to the car and told Officer Gardner to take Edna to Georgia Street Juvenile and hold her until we could get there. After that, Frank called the office and ran the names Vincent Beale and Louis Conklin through R&I. They both had misdemeanor records in California, and Beale had served time in the county jail for possession of narcotics. We called Captain Powers and told him what had happened, and then we returned to the apartment and set up a surveillance. At 7:25 p.m., we heard someone coming down the hall.
Don't worry about a thing, honey. It's all going to be all right.
I'm sick, Vince. Real sick.
I know. I'll make a call, get you fixed up. Just calm down.
All right, hold it right there, police officers.
Hey, what are you doing in here? You got no right to break in like this. What's this all about?
I gotta go, Vince. I got it.
Hold it up, Miss Pilgrim.
How do you know who I am? What are you gonna do?
Don't say anything, Kathy. Don't tell him nothing.
Turn around, Beale.
What for? What are you shoving me around
Turn around.
for?
Here, turn around. I'll shake them, Joe. All right. Stand
You
still.
won't find nothing, cop. I'm clean.
Call it. Nothing. Where's Conklin?
You got it figured so good, you tell me.
You better watch that mouth, kid. It's going to get you into trouble.
You tell me all about it, cop. I got no problem. What are you taking us in on? What's the charge?
Violation of the Narcotics Act and contributing.
Yeah? You didn't find anything on me. You didn't find anything in the pad. You've been on the spike, cop, and you know it. Now, why don't you run along, and I'll forget all about you being...
All right, let's go.
Where are you taking me?
Downtown.
To jail?
Juvenile hall.
You gonna call my father?
That's right.
Well, he won't tell you anything. He won't tell you a word.
Keep your mouth shut.
Why? I got nothing to hide. I'm not a hype. You ask my father.
Let me see your arms, Beale.
Huh?
Your sleeves. Roll them up. Come on, quick.
Here.
Where'd you get those marks?
You tell me.
Let me see your arms, Miss Pilgrim.
It's not gonna prove anything. Not a thing.
Let me see them.
Go ahead, honey. If you don't go along with them, they bring out the rubber hose.
Somebody messed with you a long time ago.
Yeah.
Come on, Miss Pilgrim. Let me see your arms.
Well, all right, here.
How about it, Joe? Take a look. Yeah. Fresh needle marks. We called Narcotics Division and asked them to come out and go over the room in an attempt to find a trace of narcotics. We put in a call to the office, and Irene Gardner came out and took the Pilgrim girl into custody. A stakeout was set up on the apartment to apprehend the other suspect, Louis Conklin. Frank and I took Vince Beale to the office and questioned him for over an hour, but he failed to come up with his source of supply for the heroin. He was turned over to officers from Narcotics Detail and booked in at the main jail on suspicion of violation of the State Narcotic Act, a felony. A call had been put into the father of Catherine Pilgrim, and at 9:37 p.m. he arrived at the office.
Friday and Smith, where are they?
My name's Friday. What can I do for you?
I'm Robert Pilgrim. I want my daughter.
She's downstairs right now. A doctor's taking care of her.
What for?
Well, she's pretty sick, Mr. Pilgrim.
Sick? What's the matter? You've got no right to give her any kind of medication without my approval.
We couldn't reach you.
How hard did you try?
We called your home and your place of business. We got no answer. Our doctor thought it was best to give the girl something right away.
What's wrong with her? What are you doing to her?
Your daughter's a narcotic addict, Mr. Pilgrim.
That is a lie. Now, you get her up here right now. You hear me? You get on that phone and have her brought to this office right now. I'm taking her home.
Afraid we can't do that.
Who are you to tell me what's going to happen? I pay you a salary, officer. Don't forget it. If you don't get on that phone and have my daughter brought up here right now, I'll make some calls and you'll be pounding the beat out in the toolies. I've got a lot of friends in this town.
And you've got a daughter who's hooked bad.
Has she told you that?
No, sir, but all the tests point that way. She's got needle marks all up and down her arm.
Well, you better get out and find a lawyer fast, because I'm going to pull that tin badge right off you.
Is that so?
You bet it is. How do I get a line?
Dial 9.
Hello, Jack. This is Bob Pilgrim. I'm down at the police station. Yeah, Kathy's here. The cop says she's a hophead. I want you to tell him. Here, you talk to him.
Yes, sir. Who am I speaking with? Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, we did find hypodermic marks. I see. All right, sir, we'll be checking with you.
Now you'll get my daughter?
I'll have her sent right up. Want to come out in the hall, Frank?
Yeah.
Who'd he call? It was their family doctor. We might not have a case here.
What's the matter?
Well, the doctor says he's been treating the girl for the past 6 months.
Yeah.
Been giving her hypodermic injections.
You are listening to Dragnet, the authentic story of your police force in action.
From April 13th, 1954, Dragnet on Classic Radio Theater. Coming up in our next half hour, we'll have the conclusion of a yours truly Johnny Dollar story, the Laird Douglas Matter, along with the conclusion of Dragnet. A reminder, you can always find our podcasts on demand at our webpage, classicradio.stream. I'm Wyatt Cox. Classic Radio Theater continues in just 4 minutes, right here on your favorite radio station.
Do you wish you could get better sleep and maybe lose a few pounds? Maybe more than a few pounds? Well, there's this product called Calitrin that helps with both sleep and weight loss. Just listen to what people are saying about it.
I've been taking Calitrin for right about 3 months, and I've lost 24 pounds and 19 overall inches. But my sleep has improved. I have so much more energy, and I have the desire to succeed more than ever. Anyone who needs weight loss, more energy, and better sleep, this product really does deliver.
I'm Roger. Over the 3 months that I took the product, my sleeping habits are increasingly much better. I got a better night's sleep, and I just can't say enough about the product and how it makes you feel. Also, additionally lost a little bit of weight on the program as well.
Hi, this is Aronson. I take Calitrin for weight loss, and I've lost about 20 pounds, and I feel great.
Calitrin is scientifically proven to help with sleep and weight loss safely and effectively. Check it out at toploss.com. That's toploss.com.
You know, once I leave my studio and my office here, I go home and I do a lot of online work for Classic Radio Theater and other things. And the other night I was sitting there just typing away on the computer, and the next thing I know, I'm out cold. I'm sitting there on the edge of the bed with my laptop, and I just fall out. And it's these new Giza Dream sheets. You know, I've always said I have the best sleep of my life with my MyPillow, and I didn't think it could get better. But these Giza Dreams bed sheets are amazing. I've stayed at my share of top-quality hotels over my time. But you know, these are some of the best sheets I've ever slept on. And you can sleep on them, too. Brought over from this beautiful Giza region, from the Sahara, the Mediterranean, the Nile. And these sheets are so comfortable. No problem getting them on my little thicker-than-usual mattress because they've got these deep pockets in them. They fit remarkably well. And the pillowcases fit over my MyPillows without an issue. Folks, don't just trust me on this. You don't know me that well, but you've heard me talk about this, and I sleep so well. Thanks to these MyPillows, and thanks to the Giza Dream sheets, it's so comfortable at night. Just check it out for your own self. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the Giza Dream Sheet Special. Use my promo code USA, and you'll get 30% off and free shipping. 30% off and free shipping. What have you got to lose? Go to MyPillow.com, enter promo code USA. And by the way, that promo code works on just about anything on the website. So do some nosing around. Do some shopping. After all, there's somebody on there, something for everybody you'll find in your life, don't you know?
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-215-5141. 800-215-5141. That's 800-215-5141.
If you enjoy our classic radio theater broadcasts and want to start building a collection of your own, go to classicradio.stream. That's classicradio.stream. There you'll find links to great classic radio collections on CD, along with links to great reading on classic radio, plus classic radio theater on demand. Check out our webpage, available now at classicradio.stream. That's classicradio.stream. And enjoy. Thanks for tuning in to Classic Radio Theater on your favorite station. Now the conclusion of Dragnet, April 13th, 1954, The Big Note.
With the doctor's statement, there was nothing we could do but release the girl to her father pending further investigation. The parents of the teenager who had written us the first letter came to the office, and she was released to them. At 11:40 p.m. that night, we got word that the other suspect had returned to the apartment and had been taken into custody. He was identified as Louis Conklin, age 23. He was taken to the main jail and booked on the same charges as Vincent Beale. Their apartment was gone over, but no trace of narcotics was found. We questioned both suspects again, but they failed to cooperate with us. Frank and I checked out of the office and went home. The following morning, we drove out to see the doctor who had told me he was treating the Pilgrim girl. He said the girl was underweight and highly nervous, and that he had been giving her vitamin injections. He went on to say that he'd stopped treating her 5 months previous at her father's request, and that he had not seen the girl since then. February 11th, 10:24 a.m. We checked the car belonging to Vincent Beale. In the trunk, we found an expensive leather jacket. It looked too expensive to be worn by a man who had the reputation of never holding a job. We took the jacket over to the crime lab and had it checked. From a cleaning tag, we got the name of the cleaner who'd serviced the jacket. We contacted him, and he remembered the jacket as having been among several stolen from his store. With this information, we went back to the main jail and had the Conklin boy brought from his cell. He told us that the jacket belonged to Vincent Beale. He was brought into the interview room.
This leather jacket belong to you, Vince?
No, I never saw it before.
Conklin says it's yours.
I don't know. Maybe it is. What difference does it make?
Take a look. We want to know.
Yeah, it's mine.
Where'd you get it?
Where do you think I bought it? You know someplace you can get these without buying them?
Yeah, the same place you picked this one up.
What's that supposed to mean?
You know a man named Ted Hartman?
Who?
Ted Hartman.
Ted Hartman. Never heard of him.
He knows you.
Maybe he's got a better memory than me.
Says you used to work for him.
Is that right?
Yeah. Now, how about it?
Maybe I did. I had a lot of jobs.
The cleaner says you worked for him a couple of weeks last December.
That's a long time ago.
Says this jacket was stolen from him.
Well, where do I fit?
He thinks you stole it.
He's crazy.
He's sure enough to make a complaint.
They'll laugh him out of court.
Conklin says it's yours.
I told you I bought it.
Conklin wants no part of a burglary rap.
What'd Conklin tell you?
Maybe we ought to get your side of it, huh?
What'd he tell you? I got a right to know. Look, he's going to make a beef like that on me. I got a right to know what he said.
He wants no part of it. He lays it all on you.
He's no good. I hadn't figured for a guy I could trust. He did all right on the deal. Loot kept us both going.
What do you mean?
I thought he told you all about it.
Yeah, well, we want to hear it from you. A lot of times stories get all mixed up. Now we want to get it right.
Now, we knocked the place, but it was both of us. Lou was in on it all the way.
Go ahead.
We were scratching for H. We had it real bad. We needed some way out. I thought about the cleaning place. Figured we could score good. Well, we did all right. Took care of three of us for a long time.
You, Conklin, and the Pilgrim girl, is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
What were you shooting?
Me and Lou kept it down. The Pilgrim kid, she built up fast. She was juicing 5 caps a day. I should have listened to Lou. He kept telling me to drop her, leave her alone.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything between us. It was just for laughs. And then all of a sudden she was hooked bad. We had to do something. We stole her jacket so we could keep her supplied. 5 caps a day. You know, that's a lot of H. I tried to break her down. I tried to cut her habit. I did what I could. You can see that, can't you? I did everything I could.
How much was that? 5:23 p.m. Frank and I, along with policewoman Irene Gardner, drove out to the Pilgrim residence. We went up to the front porch and rang the bell.
Yeah. What do you want?
I'd like to see your daughter.
You get out of here. You get out of here right now. I've had enough of this shoving around from you. It's about time you learned your place.
It might be better if we came in.
Anything you got to say to me, you can say here. I don't want any cops in my house.
You want to get your daughter?
What for?
You're going to have to take her down to juvenile hall.
You guys just don't give up, do you? You want me to call my doctor again?
We talked to him this afternoon.
Then you know the story. Now get out of here.
You want to get your daughter?
Look, I've got a gun inside. If you're still here when I come back, I'm going to
Now,
use...
you listen to me, mister. You've been acting like a big man long enough. You can play the part of the outraged parent with your family, but don't try it with us.
I'm not going to have you talk to me like that.
Not much you can do about it. We got the boys been supplying your daughter with narcotics. It's pretty clear that this home isn't the place for her.
She's a good girl.
We didn't say she wasn't.
Then why don't you leave her alone?
You know better than that.
Can do you boys some good downtown. I got a lot of friends.
You're going to need them.
All right, you want to make a case out of this? I'll fight you in every court in the country before I let you take my daughter away from me. Now, you just try it.
Your daughter's a drug addict. She's sick. She's got to be straightened out. She needs help.
Who are you to set yourself up as the jury?
You got a fine girl in there. She got all the breaks except somebody who thinks enough of her to stand by her.
There isn't anything she wants she doesn't have.
What about the things she needed? You let her run all over the town by herself. She gets in trouble, and you won't take the time to care for her.
What about those two men who got her started? What are you going to do with them? They're guilty. If it hadn't been for those two, this never would have happened.
They'll be taken care of. You lay the blame any place you want, mister, but if you're honest, you'll keep it.
What's going to happen to her?
She'll be given medical attention. We'll do what we can.
I can afford to take care of her. I've got the money. I'll hire the best people. I want her to have the best.
Yeah.
She's mine. I'm her father. I've got the right to take care of her.
Yes, sir, that's right.
Hmm?
Why didn't you?
The story you have just heard is true. The names were changed to protect the innocent.
On June 3rd, trial was held in Department 98, Superior Court of the State of California, in and Fulda County of Los Angeles. Vincent Norman Beale and Louis Shellman Conklin were tried and convicted of one count of burglary and additional charges of violation of the State Narcotic Act, a felony, and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. They received sentences as prescribed by law. Burglary is punishable by imprisonment for a period of not less than 5 years in the state prison. Catherine Noreen Pilgrim had a hearing in juvenile court and was made a ward of that court. You have just heard Dragnet, a series of authentic cases from official files. Technical advice comes from the Office of Chief of Police W.H. Parker, Los Angeles Police Department. Technical advisors, Captain Jack Donahoe, Sergeant Marty Wynn, Sergeant Vance Brasher. Heard tonight were Ben Alexander, Joyce McCluskey, Harry Bartell, Carolyn Jones. Script by John Robinson. Music by Walter Schumann. Hal Gibney speaking.
April 13th, 1954, Dragnet on Classic Radio Theater.
This is Dr. Howard, founder and formulator of Balance of Nature. We're changing America, one life at a time.
Before I went on it, I had cholesterol problems and I was on medicine. After the first year, my blood test really knocked my doctors out. They just wonder what I do to get such good blood tests, especially my cholesterol. I don't have any cholesterol problems. And I also had glaucoma, and I couldn't believe what the doctor told me. He said, I have no evidence of glaucoma anymore.
From now until April 21st, receive a 20% discount and free shipping on any first order of Balance of Nature. Again, this special radio offer will only be available through April 21st. Call 1-800-2468-751. That's 1-800-2468-751. Or go to balanceofnature.com.
To take advantage of this special discount, use discount code USA.
It's amazing but true. When it comes to one of America's biggest household expenditures, healthcare, a lot of people think they've got no choice. People are used to thinking we have to do it this way, but they don't. Yes, you have the freedom to choose an alternative with your healthcare. It's MediShare, and it costs way less than the alternatives. The typical family saves $500 a month, not a year. A month. And if you're single, this can save you a lot too. And let's face it, a big reason MediShare is 400,000 people strong, it just works. They've shared over $3 billion in medical bills, so they can help share your needs too. Joining MediShare for so many people is one of those things that makes you say, why didn't I do this before? So yes, the time has come for something better. Look into joining MediShare and see why so many people are opting out of the old way and into the new. Why not look into this? Just call 855-90-SALM. That's 855-90-PSALM. 855-90-SALM.
Tired of overpaying for the little blue pill? What if you could get the exact same results for just a fraction of the price, guaranteed? Well, now you can with sildenafil, the active ingredient in the blue pill. With 20 milligram generic sildenafil tablets, you get the exact same results for less than $2 per pill. And again, the results are guaranteed. That's right, absolutely guaranteed results for a fraction of the cost of the little blue pill. So give your wallet a break and call us toll-free at 800-362-6091 to get your generic sildenafil delivered discreetly to your door. And of course, while saving hundreds of dollars, you'll also be saving time by saying goodbye to those long, embarrassing pharmacy lines once and for all. Again, just call 800-362-6091 and get your generic sildenafil with a 100% money-back guarantee. Getting your pills doesn't get any easier or cheaper than this, so call 800-362-6091 now.
Now on Classic Radio Theater, Part 5 of the 5-part Yours Truly Johnny Dollar story, The Laird Douglas Matter, as it was broadcast April 13th, 1956.
From Hollywood, it's time now for
Johnny Dollar.
Ronald Kenworthy, Mr. Dollar.
Good. I want to talk to you. Are you at your home?
I am. And after the
Okay, then stay right there and I'll be over to see you.
Why don't you send the police instead?
What's that supposed to mean?
A few minutes ago in Mrs. Van Pyten's library, before you kicked me out, you practically accused me of the murder of her nephew.
Did I?
Well, didn't you? Didn't you?
All right, Ronnie, just calm down and stay put until I can get over there.
You mean you aren't afraid I might try to take a powder, as you high-handed detectives like to put it? You mean you aren't worried that...
Tonight, and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Philadelphia Mutual Liability and Casualty Company. Following is the final report in my investigation of the Laird Douglas of Heatherscote matter. The whole case started out almost as a lark when I discovered that I'd come to Philadelphia to act as bodyguard to Laird Douglas, and for a fat fee and virtually unlimited expense accounts. Me, bodyguard to a dog. But it ceased to be funny when I learned that the dog's 2 previous caretakers had been murdered. And when, only a few hours ago, an attempt was made on my life that ended with the death of young Warren Staley.
Yes, Mr. Dollar, I see. I guess I was so upset by the death of my nephew that I didn't realize the attempt was really made on your life.
The second attempt, Mrs. Van Pyten.
What?
Shortly after I arrived in Philadelphia, somebody planted a booby trap in my suitcase in my hotel room.
Good heavens, no. And you think that Ronald Kenworthy did that, too?
Well, what do you think?
Well, yes. Now that poor dear Warren is gone, there's nothing to prevent the Kenworthy estate from achieving control of the Van Pyten holdings. That is, if I were to die.
Go on.
Upon the death of Harrison Kenworthy, the whole financial empire would be inherited by his son, Ronald.
So I understand.
Ronald. And he would be the wealthiest, the most powerful man financially in the United States. Ronald, who pretended to be Warren's best friend. Who pretended to love me. It's a terrible thought, isn't it?
Apparently adds up, though, doesn't it?
There is no question of it. But what evidence have you?
None yet.
Well, then I'll help you get it. And I can do it, Mr. Dollar. I may appear to be only a wealthy, foolish old woman who dotes on her pet, Laird Douglas. But I'm not. I'm astute, shrewd, and clever. Since Peter, my husband, died, I alone have managed this estate, this financial empire. I use the word again. With my money, with my... Oh, yes, I can do it, Mr. Dollar, and Ronald will be made to pay for these terrible things that he has done.
I admire your confidence.
Nothing. No one can stand in my way. You'll see. I'm only sorry that a few minutes ago you didn't keep him here, make him face it.
I'm going to see him now.
Oh, where?
At his home. I understand the estate adjoins this one.
Yes. But please, look out for him. Shoot first, Mr. Dollar.
What?
Because now he may act like the cornered rat that he is.
I decided to walk across to the Kenworthy estate in the hope the fresh air would help clear my thoughts. Logical as it all seemed, I didn't like what I just heard. Then luck, pure, unadulterated luck. As I walked across the broad lawn between the main house and the gatehouse, I passed the garage building with its Rolls-Royce, 2 Cadillacs, and a station wagon. And then I saw him. Andy LaForde, alias Andrew Fortune, alias Andrew Ford, one of the cleverest second-story men in the country, with a record on the West Coast as long as your arm. A man who would do anything for money. He was idly going through the motion of dusting off a car. I walked past quickly, not sure whether he'd noticed me or not. I hope not. For it was one of his ilk who'd had to plant the booby trap in my hotel room, who could have slipped the poison into the liquor that killed Warren Staley. I turned in at the gatekeeper's house.
Mr. Dollar, I saw you at the question.
I want a telephone, quick.
Right here, sir. Is something
Thanks.
wrong?
Operator, get me Central Police, emergency.
Good heavens, Mr. Dollar. Something
The man
else
there in the
happened?
garage, polishing cars.
Andy?
How long has he been here?
Oh, a year more. Ever since the dog show at Valley Kid.
Well, what does he do?
last year. Oh, the driving for Mrs. Van Payton, but something gone...
Hello? Give me Lieutenant Howard, homicide. After warning the old gatekeeper that I'd have his head if he said anything to anyone about my phone call, I left by the back door and went over to the Kenworthy mansion where young Ronald was waiting for me.
I must say, before we go any further, that I resent the way you ordered me out of the Van Payton house a few minutes ago.
Yeah? Well, I'm sorry.
Whether you suspect me or expect me to help you in this case, it was
Lonnie, you knew Warren Staley.
Very well. We were the closest of friends, confidants.
All right. Just how much did he really care about the Van Payton estate? Fortune, whatever you want to call it.
To put it bluntly, he wanted none of it. And I'm afraid his aunt rather resented it.
Well, why do you say that?
Because her whole life she's been obsessed by an almost overwhelming lust for power. When Warren finally rebelled against this, she tried not to show it, but she hated him for it. Unlike my father.
Oh?
I feel as Warren felt. And my father and I together have been laying the groundwork for dissipating the Kenworthy estate into corporate setups that will benefit many instead of just us. Does that sound strange to you?
It sounds like true philanthropy, if you mean it.
You must believe me, it is, and I do mean it. Oh, I won't suffer, of course. I'll still retain some control here and there, but I'll have to work at it instead of just carrying on the tradition of the idle rich. I'll be a man.
I hope you're telling me the truth, Ronnie. I believe you are, and I'd like to meet your father.
You will. Needless to say, it was much harder for him to break from this tradition of financial power than for me. So perhaps you can see why I admire him above all other men. Anything else?
I'll see you later.
I was worried about you, Mr. Dollar, going over there to see Ronald Kenworthy alone after all that has happened.
Yes, you should have been, Mrs. Van Payton. Especially if you noticed that I passed by the garage on the way.
What?
I happened to notice someone there, and I think it answered a lot of questions for me. It was Andy LaForde.
Andrew? My private chauffeur?
Is that all he is?
Oh, do you know him, Mr. Dollar?
Look, I took on this case, Mrs. Van Payton, because you offered me a fee too good to be turned down and an almost unlimited expense account.
You haven't answered my...
I should have got wise then and there, but I thought your great passion for your dog was just an amusing foible of an immensely wealthy, kind of foolish old lady.
Oh, Laird Douglas is a dear one, isn't he? Why, Mr. Dollar...
Let me add things up. A few minutes ago, you told me that thanks to your wealth and a very sharp, clever mind, you'd let nothing stand in the way of anything you chose to do.
Please, Mr. Dollar, I don't think I understand.
All right. You made a contract with Harrison Kenworthy that you'd marry him when and if Laird Douglas beat that pup of his at the dog show. An apparently silly sort of thing, yet everybody believed it. But the real reason for marriage to him was solely to acquire control of his holdings, increase this financial empire of yours. Very subtle. Kept you looking like a cute, whimsical old lady.
Why, this is the most absurd thing I ever heard of.
So I thought at first, but let me go on.
Oh, please do.
When you realized that Laird Douglas wasn't ready to beat that dog of his, rather than admit defeat, rather than lose the chance to make this marriage, you ordered the murder of the dog's handlers. Then the contract was still in force, just delayed.
I won't listen to such terrible things.
You'll listen whether you like it or not. You learned that Kenworthy and his son were planning to dissipate their fortune and thereby put it beyond your reach.
Mr.
On top
Dollar.
of this, your own nephew, Warren, wanted to do the same with your estate. This was too much.
What you have said is too much.
Then, by the time I arrived, you learned from an expert, Ray Rowland, that your dog would never stand a chance against Kenworthy's. So you wouldn't dare let him compete, at least until you'd hooked Kenworthy some other way. And part of your whole scheme was to build up evidence of attempts against you, through the dog, of course, though I'll bet you actually hate the mutt.
No, that's not true.
Anyhow, from the moment I talked to Ray Rowland, I was only in the way. So you tried to get rid of me. Had somebody booby-trap my luggage.
Oh, you have no proof.
Andy LaForte, this so-called chauffeur of yours, would do anything for money. And I fully intend to break him down and make him admit you hired him as a killer.
Listen to me.
On the second try, the poison liquor, your nephew Warren got it instead of me. Fine. Another obstacle out of your way. After all, he had opposed you.
Mr. Dollar, how much do you want? I can make you financially independent.
Then
for the
you
rest
set your sights on Ronald Kenworthy, who was trying to break up the other empire you wanted to get your hands on. You even hoped that somehow I might help you. Shoot first, you said.
You don't understand. I was
Just
only...
what plans you had for his old man and that warped, twisted brain of yours, I don't know. But I'm sure you had plans. Well, lady, now it's too late.
No, Mr. Dollar. No, it isn't too late.
Stay away from that drawer. You'd even shoot somebody down with your own hand if you thought it necessary, wouldn't you?
But it isn't necessary, Mr. Dollar.
Huh?
Are you sure it wouldn't be easier if I were just to give you, say, $100,000 and $200,000? All right, Andrew.
Right here, Mrs. Van Pyton.
Well. Hello, Andy. Got a license for that thing?
Shut up. You want me to do it now, Mrs. Van?
Yes, Andrew.
What if the servants hit a shot? Hold it, Donna.
Don't worry, Andrew. I'll take care of things. Haven't I always for you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sure. She'll take care of things. While you're pulling that trigger, she'll blast you down so fast you won't know what hit you. Make it look like we killed each other and leave her in the clear.
Quiet.
She's got a gun in that drawer beside her, and she'll use it. You hear me, Andy?
I said quiet. What you don't know is that she can't do without me. But we can do without you.
All right, Andy, wait now. Listen, will you?
Now, Mrs. Van.
All right, Andrew. Now.
Thanks, Lieutenant.
Oh, Lieutenant. Then you saw. He was going to shoot down Mr. Dollar.
Yes, I heard, too, Mrs. Van Pyton. Plenty.
Oh, no, you don't understand. Mr. Dollar had come up here to talk to me. I wanted to offer him a great deal more money for his work for me.
I guess I almost didn't make it. Glad you keep talking to him so long.
Got a cough drop.
Is this body the Andy LaForte? Oh, shut up.
What was that?
You heard him.
I beg your pardon.
Clever, shrewd, astute. You're just off your rocker. You'd have to be, I guess, to start a thing like this in the first place. Well, I guess by the time the estate and inheritance laws get properly applied, the Van Pyton Empire will be spread around the way Warren wanted it. Expense account item 10, $28.90, fare and incidentals back to Hartford. Total, including fees, $1,113.40. Remarks? I'm glad I'm poor. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here's our star to tell you about next week's intriguing story.
Next week, an insurance swindle that really backfired. The only trouble was it caught me right in the line of fire. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. It is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone, who also wrote this week's story. Heard in our cast were Jeanette Nolan, Harry Bartell, Byron Kane, Jack Crucian, Bill James, James McCallion, Ken Christie, Dick Ryan, Bert Holland, Jack Edwards, and Hy Averback. Musical supervision by Amerigo Marino. Be sure to join us on Monday night, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking.
April 13th, 1956. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar on Classic Radio Theater. And a reminder, you can always find our podcasts at our website, classicradio.stream, or anywhere fine podcasts are served, iTunes, Spreaker, the iHeartRadio app. Just search for USA Classic Radio Theater. I'm Wyatt Cox. Thanks for listening. Thank this station. Support the advertisers. Tell a friend the great radio shows are back. Classic Radio Theater here on your favorite station and the USA Radio Network.
Pros know getting the next job means doing this one right. Lowe's is here to help with brands you need to power through any job. Like Hitachi Power Tools, soon to be known as Metabo HPT. Same tools, same warranty, new name. Stop in today and save during our Spring Black Friday sale and get up to 25% off select Hitachi Power Tools, like a 10-inch compound miter saw for just $99. For tools you can trust to get the job done right, do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. Offer valid through 4/14. See store for details. U.S. only. Pros know doing it right means having what you need for any job on hand, so you're spending more time on the job site than away from it. Lowe's does it right by stocking job lot quantities of lumber, fencing, and decking, and at the right prices. Get volume savings on your next job at the Pro Desk, and save time by ordering at lowesforpros.com. Have your order delivered or pick up in store. Our dedicated pro loaders will load you up and get you back to the job site where you belong. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. See Pro Desk for details. U.S. only.